Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another Thursday night where we bring you 13615 PLO. DT in the booth, joined by Shanice. How you doing tonight?
What's up, DT? We're doing great. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. Ready for this action stream. We already had stuff happen in the first couple hands of the game. Unfortunately, we didn't catch that on the stream. That's why Jambros is a little short here. He's on the receiving end of pot. Oh, aces for Allen.
These players were talking last week, if you remember, about getting it started early. Probably hoping to get the right people stuck a little bit so that the game is already going when we start. And you can see some stacks consolidating already.
Allen's gonna be repotting this with aces. Snake's got a hand he wanted to see a flop with, but not going to. Dro, glad to see you in here. Yeah, PLO Thursdays here at TCH Houston. I think this is gonna get in. Jambros is just trying to double up or rebuy. He just calls. Only only half a pot size bet left.
You don't have to anymore. Once you scan, that's good. One scan is good. Sorry, heads up.
Not the worst for Jambros. Does have a great shot. Still, yeah. And
The 9
Allen's
is a very welcome sight. There's still some more turn cards that can bring.
that's a pair, and that's a king, so that's two pair for Jambros, and he will scoop this.
It's 2,000. I told the stream.
249. 249.
Ambrose getting a little bit of a double up there.
Wrong game, Jambros. You might think he's in the triple draw tournament.
Yeah,
What do you have going on?
Can't fold. Seat 1 we have Allen. Seat 2 we have Snake. I guess he's Snake 11 this time. There's 10 other snakes that have been on the stream. Seat 4 we have Ro. Seat 6 we have That's Me. Seat 7 Alejandro. Seat 8 Catman back in the mix, and seat 9 Jambros back again. Game will fill out. We have some more players coming through. Should be plenty good. As you know, the action here in Houston for PLO is kind of bananas.
Yep, it's very action-packed, and I think actually these guys like starting 6, maybe even 7-handed,
Yeah.
just because, like I said earlier, they like getting the action started early and often, sets the tone for the game.
See more hands.
It's definitely nice to see some new faces this week as well, mixing in. So excited to see how they play and what this table dynamic shakes out to look like.
The casual Texas heads up. Catman folding. I don't know what demon has possessed him, but that's different Catman.
Yeah, I don't know what he could have possibly. I just missed what he had, but it must have been real ugly.
We have Allen with a pair and a weird double gutter, basically. It's basically an open ender, but the top end is going to the nuts. It's true, Dro. Nothing like it. You see some insane run-ups out there. Allen gonna bet his draw. Jambros with top pair. Just gonna make the call. Looking for a clean turn. Don't know how many of those are left in the deck, but That's one of them. Yep, that's as clean as it gets. All the draws miss. Jambro's gonna stick it in. Hope he doesn't have an overpair plus the draw.
I see why he is Jambros and not just Bros today, because it's feeling like he's
A little frisky.
yeah, he's frisky today.
Picks it up. It's a bad card for Alan to continue on. Did have the best hand. Now, just like that, Jambros at 1735, having 500 just 2 hands ago.
Yeah, if you can win about 3 hands in a row, that's where you really see, without having to call too much and losing too much to that, you can really see that exponential growth.
Yeah, Dro, the PLO action here has been booming lately. When we went from having maybe 1 or 2 PLO games during the busy times to having 5, 4.
Yeah, I think we got up to, was it 6 or 7 the other night after the single day tournament. Definitely continuing to have good PLO action throughout the series. Our mixed game tournaments are like a great little lead in, as well as our main event.
Speaking of main event, if y'all like Hold'em and not PLO for tournaments, we got a great Hold'em event going on right now. It is the main event for our Poker Atlas Tour here. $600 buy-in, 300K guarantee. We have flights going on through Sunday, I believe. Sunday morning will be a turbo. We have 2 flights on Saturday, 3 flights on Saturday, 3 flights on Friday. Tomorrow, I think there's 1 flight just started tonight. We have a turbo left. As Alejandro flops 9s full, and Alan has nothing. It's gonna be hard to make money when your opponent has nothing.
Hey! Oh my God, more props over here.
We also is the PLO tournament tomorrow. Double check.
Yes, the PLO tournament is tomorrow. We got Rockets World joining us in seat 5. And seat 3, Drake sat down.
And just like that,
We got a full game.
Full up. Yep. It's one of the hottest seats in town right now, I think.
Yeah, our PLO tournament. Is that 25K guarantee? I don't remember the entry.
It is a 25K guarantee, $500 entry at 2 p.m. tomorrow.
That will have a live stream final table as well. Depending on when that final table meets, we will be either streaming it live tomorrow night or recording it and streaming it for y'all at another time. I imagine it will be streamed for y'all at a future date, not a previous date.
Yeah, we want you guys to be able to enjoy it and not be half asleep. So we're gonna see what time it all shakes out. We do have late registration until 6:30 p.m. So plenty of time to get off of work, try to fight through the Houston traffic, and get down here and play that event.
First hand, I try to bluff it.
Have you gotten a chance to play anything, or have we been?
I won't have a
working
chance.
Too hard.
Working too hard. Won't get a chance. It's okay though. Maybe next time.
Yeah, I did play the horse, as I was telling you guys last week. That was the one event I was really looking forward to playing. No prize money was won, but I feel richer for the experience. Very, very fun. I had a good time at the table.
That tournament was won by the one and only. He's
Great player.
a crusher.
Absolutely. Pressure.
Didn't he
Mixed
win the
game
last? Didn't he win the
specialist.
last horse one too that we had come through? I know he won one of them.
I believe he did. We typically have like a little mix. Actually, they said that this was the first horse that we've done. I know
Okay, so
we've
we
done
had
08, and we've done some other mix.
because he won something the last when the Trailblazer came through, but it was a mixed game event. It might have been the dealer's choice that he won.
Potentially. Let me go back in the history books and see.
But I'm pretty sure he won that too. He won or finalisted. All I know is he's a crusher.
Catching the tail.
Absolutely. Mixed game specialist and one of the nicest guys at the poker table, despite whatever his hat may say.
It's like, I'm gonna raise. It's so bad. I only get the best. You bring out the best in people. That's what I'm saying.
Levi Pot Limit not on the accounts anymore.
Jambros was in full effect, but
It should be.
I've only heard the legend. Like, that might have been one of the worst spew nights I've had.
Tom put 7K on the flop dud. Check. 305.
3K bullets every hand.
Alan betting the max.
Get 2K.
I believe he's 2,000 behind. I think the flop. Yeah, there we go. King Deuce 8. Snake with a jack high flush draw. Gonna bump and a wheel draw. Gonna bump it up.
You go to Buc-ee's as a kid when you were a kid?
We can see that 2 of the 3s are out of there. Will's got them. They gone.
Middle of nowhere, it's huge. Everyone would just go in there and get eyes for the river and stuff. You get whatever you wanted there, and then they started putting more on.
You're gonna stick it all in.
No, he has 1,500 behind. I announced it when he made the bet.
2,000, right?
So it's 1,500.
Our player was 15. It looks like he was 1,500 behind. And it was a little miscommunication. Unfortunate. Snake's still in okay shape. As we can see, not okay shape by what's left in the deck. I can draw to a 6. Alan's gonna not fold on this turn. I wonder if Snake's just gonna check behind. Hope he gets there. He's just gonna put the rest in. This feels pretty bad, but if Alan calls the flop with that hand, I think you just have to put it in here.
Yeah, I mean, you're really just hoping that they don't have a set.
All the wraps, all the flushes, flush draws missed.
He got arrested.
They came from the kitchen. 90.
One of the difficulties, especially when there's a lot going on, especially on a stream, is just making sure that you know exactly how much everybody has when there's money in play or in transit to start a hand.
I mean, Alan just lets it go. That's a big fold. It's hard to imagine calling the flop raise, not thinking a turn bet is going to come through with the ace king. I feel like that's a hand that Alan was going to go with on that type of turn card.
Yeah, and that's the tough thing about PLO when all the the equities run so close together is when you have the best hand on the flop, but you don't have any blockers or any interaction with the draws that are yet to come. You know, he knows he probably has to fade a club at the very least.
A club, any Broadway card is what he's thinking, and he could still have the worst hand. Very unlikely though, but I mean, would Snake go bananas with a set of deuces? Yeah, we've seen Snake go bananas. So I mean, he's in real bad shape if Snake has a set of deuces plus a flush draw.
Correct.
Which is a pretty realistic scenario.
Yeah.
Or Snake has ace king plus a flush draw, ace king plus queen 10. Like, there's a lot of spots where he's just getting either free rolled or.
And looking at it from Snake's perspective, he used that the 6 in his hand. A set of 6s that hit the turn with a flush draw is realistic.
Catman with aces.
Did he look at this hand?
Yeah, he knew.
Okay.
Catman knows he has aces.
Oh, I know.
Alan gonna defend. Alan flops pretty big for his hand. Does not currently have the best hand, but does have the most equity.
The Queen of Diamonds was probably exactly one of the cards he was hoping to see.
Catman not releasing the aces just yet. Got a wheel draw. There's one of those outs. I imagine Alan's just gonna... Slowing down is very interesting. Catman not drawn very... I mean, this is... Catman thinks he has the type of hand he has, except without the 2-pair,
I was
basically.
just about to say that, you know, we've known Catman to be aggressive, so if he was pretty confident he was going to be facing a bet.
Oh! And domination or re-rotation happens.
The old counterfeit.
Alan not going to be happy if he re-watches that one, knowing how locked up he had it.
Would you have liked him to raise the pot on the turn, potentially?
I think if we bet pot on flop, we can bet pot on turn. We block two the sets. Catman, really the strongest hand he has is a set of queens. If he has the naked ace-high flush draw, we have him crushed. Or if there's a queen plus the ace-high flush draw, we have him pretty crushed.
Yeah, I mean, a check raise on the turn just feels so strong.
And it also makes sure that, like, if you get the max versus a hand like Catman's aces, because if it ran out clean for you, you would never get the max.
Right.
Things not going so well for Alan so far at the start. He's kind of run into it. Bad end of Variance, making a big fold to Snake, who turned out to have the inferior hand. Chips are flowing though. Also, it will be the 136. It says 136 PLO, but I believe the players have agreed upon an automatic $15 straddle, which means the first open will be to a lot. So this, I believe someone blind raised to 30 in this hand. For 15. Oh no, is it 15? Yeah, 15 call. Raise. Will made it 30 after a call. Just spicing up the pot.
Yeah, we got plenty of spice here. Multiple players in for 150 at least.
Big pot ruin. Rebel, you quit playing poker, so you're saying we won't see you this weekend? Deuce 10, no deuce for anyone. Alejandro has queen high spades. No one really has much of anything going on. No one has a 10, so the best hand out of the bunch on this board is somehow naked pocket eights.
Rockets Will hits his famous card.
Jack improves Snake. Snake just gonna bet the pot here. Top pair plus a bunch of straight draws. Rose gone. Will's got the flush draw plus the upper end of the straight draws. He's gonna. Oh, he's going all in. It looks like. Alejandro now with one of the best turn cards in the deck for that's not a spade and just has to let it go with all this action in front of him. Snake gonna call it off, of course. Yeah,
I think Will knows that Snake is not scared to bet. So knowing that, maybe thought he could either get him off the hand with a nut flush or maybe just hit.
The 4 of clubs is all Snake. The king is all Snake as well. Oh no, it's not. It's Will. It's Will. It's Will. It's Will. They chop.
Top board's got kings and twos.
Alejandro would have won the second board if the king of spades. I can't remember if it was the king of clubs or the king of spades for sure.
Oh, you got jack on the second. I don't have anything on.
Yeah, they chopped that one up.
It's a lot
Chop
of
it up.
cards to look at sometimes. Takes a minute to bring it all in.
Everybody yelling different hands and stuff.
Rebel says that he was in a tragic three-way all-in. Do tell. You said that if you did well this week, you were going to come down to Houston. So I feel like it was a tragedy because we were
Not coming
looking
to
forward to
Houston,
seeing
yeah.
you. Yeah.
You have to gamble. Why you trying to come? Y'all just wait, nut. Oh, Colombia.
I recently experienced a slight tragedy as well.
Venezuela.
Poker tragedy. I got third place in this satellite to the main.
Can't believe it come.
Third place. 2 people away. It felt tragic.
Goose.
I think the satellite paid
I understand enough.
5.
No, I mean to the main, like to the WSOP
Oh, WSOP main, okay.
Yeah, I was playing a little bit online. A little bit of online action.
That's truly unfortunate.
Yeah.
That'd be a nice seat to win.
It would have definitely been great. And the crazy thing, I'm one of those, like, when I play on my phone, it doesn't feel real. So it's just like 5 hours went by, 6 hours went by, and I'm at the final table. And when I bust out, it just was like, oh, I bust out of the tournament. And then it just kind of sunk in later that day.
The penultimate freeze out in the World Series of Poker main event.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the ultimate freeze out? Life?
Yeah.
Well,
Catman bumping it up. It looks like the blind 30 is going to be on a lot.
these guys are ready for action today. I love it.
Call 2, call 3. Easy. Call 4.
Sounds like a collision, Rebel.
I gotta see how y'all are playing.
A flop set up for disaster.
Wow. These guys are really going after it today.
Row with two dirty diapers.
Oh my gosh.
Jambros just flops the stone cold nuts. Snake drawn dead.
Check 3, check 4.
It's really hard to flop people this dead in PLO.
Yeah, a whole table full of people.
Row has running quad outs. No one has anything else. Snake has an ace, but blocking his own outs. Might just fold this one. Although Jambro's... The Snake's trying to figure out how much trouble he can get into with this. Snake's thinking about. Looks like he wants to call. No, thinking about it again. He wants to fold. Oh, he folds?
Fold 2, fold 3, fold 4.
And just like that, Jambros picks up another one. From 500 to 2,500 in 7 hands. See if he can keep the momentum going and keep going up, up, up.
I saw your ace.
Wow, what a run.
Allen adding on, stuck 2.4 so far, but it's only been 7 hands, so.
The number 2, which this is just double chocolate.
The swings can be dramatic. These guys like putting on a show, so expect drama, expect swings. Expect $150 5-way flops to continue.
Oh, yeah. It's a good run, Rebel. 40 into 400.
I gotta start watching my intake.
You like the sweets, I've noticed.
Huh?
You like the sweets, I've
Thanks. I love sweets. I'm
I
not eating.
field 4 flush. Something feels so dirty about that in particular.
I ate them last night. One of those days where you just freaking getting beat all day.
We're just gonna, we got a little three-way, four-way limp spot.
Dude, whole pie.
4 players.
Check 4.
Whenever you get down, I want to order. I wasn't hearing it.
It's like that's me with the straight draws as the most equity. Queen and an 8.
Yeah, all the queens that were out the past few hands are noticeably missing from hands, but he would like to see one.
Picks up nut diamonds now too, so a favorite with no pair. It also looks like naked pocket jack's the best hand. Alejandro gonna bet it. Best hand is betting it. Now coin flipping.
Tell me that's right.
It's only hand he lost all night.
He's been running so good. He's been playing really
And that is not
I mean, that hand versus
me.
Shunder. Even though Shunder had zero business being in there after the flop.
naked jack.
10 on the flop. I'm not telling you. 5 on the flop. Check. 1500 on the flop.
Check, so 10.
Probably very happy to get to showdown and take that hand down.
Yep. It's always weird when someone tables their hand, you look at it for a second like, oh, I can beat that.
You're not expecting to win at
Yeah.
all.
Favorite player on the stream. I'll decide when I watch.
It's definitely fun. Margaret, come hang out, man.
I'm gonna
Breaking every ball wall.
go see Leor. I don't know if y'all know Leor from the old stoner game.
You gonna bring him here?
No, he doesn't play poker. I'll be back.
Alright, have fun.
$30 strong. I'm sorry, sheet 8.
Unfortunate evening, Rebel. Down 560.
You eat all day too, man. Whenever we see you purchase.
Just come spin it up in PLO. You can get that and be like Jambros. From 500 to 2500 in 7 hands.
He said he lost 2K right before here. Like,
Fold 2. 100.
just
Cheek
FYI.
I wasn't.
Fold 4.
136, game good.
No, they played 5 cards.
They like in the shirt on row. Very, very nice. Very colorful.
Alejandro bumping it up with pretty reasonable aces.
It's the same game as they're playing.
Catman, the Queen 8-7-5 double suited. Gonna come along.
Yeah.
Shooter getting a price now gonna come along.
Love having those straight blockers. It can be fun. Can make Broadway. Can make the wheel. For Alejandro.
Naked Ace is way the best of it. Catman though can turn some pretty good cards. Hearts, clubs, and the straight. That's a big bet. Catman gonna gamble it.
It's a testament to how much backdoor equity can actually matter.
Yeah, and Catman actually a favorite without a pair against a pair here. It's kind of wild.
Yeah.
The backdoor equity is just worth so much here.
Yeah. I mean, it does have like kind of like the naked gut shot immediately, but other than a 6, he needs a card to catch a runner.
That's me.
That's
Oh wow.
and
Go straight bank.
Talk about one for the Asians. Two for the Asians.
One more.
that's
Oh
him too.
my
Oh my
gosh.
god.
The back door is so
Backdoor.
disgusting.
57.
Oh my gosh.
I
You
mean,
know, one of the reasons I do this with UDT is so I can like learn, and I like learning with our
this doesn't help the learning process when
No.
you just
He had a 7.
the double backdoor front door gut shot, get it in versus
Oh, I
aces.
love Asians.
Bam bam.
Like why
Yeah, I just learned something very bad.
We're on 3-1 now.
You'd rather be lucky than good. That's
I think
especially in PLO.
way more than
Oh my gosh.
Emeralds, I love something.
Say it again?
The next time I say, but I have back doors, I'm just gonna go for
What
it.
what a dirty hand.
That is a wild one.
Man, my front door flush draws don't hit in PLO. Why would I think my back door flush draws are
I'm
gonna hit?
telling you. That's why we're in here. That must be why we're
The
in
last
here.
time I flopped the nut straight with the front door flush draw and the back door flush draw versus the same nut straight, I got scooped by his dry gut shot. So I had the front door flush draw, the back door flush draw. I had a pair in my hand to cover the board run out, pairing, and he just had naked gut shot. We ran it twice. He hit the gut shot on both boards.
Wow.
Got scooped.
That is absolutely brutal.
I would have been okay getting quartered, because that could have happened, but like getting scooped is wild.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're like, okay, you know, you lose one.
Gut shots happen. Getting hit by another gut shot, knowing one of his cards is not clean.
You can control this lineup, right? 'Cause it's like,
Turn. It's all good. It's PLO.
I need to just put Sunny first up.
It is that. Because 2 nights ago we played, I ran from 1,000 to 22. He ran from 900 to 32.
Can we start the list? Sunny and Bly.
I ran 22 to 0.
It's ready to.
Bros, bragging about his sick rundown from 22,000 to $0. Sick brag. Sick brag.
You know, if you can have that happen to you and live to tell the tale, then you know you're doing all right.
Alejandro gonna bump it up. Jambros with kings. Gonna bump it up.
Frederick Defensor's friend. This guy, Neil, that he brought.
See who else comes along.
He put in 6,000 on the ace.
Action.
X flop, ace king king.
Oh, it is.
No, that was 4. Ace king king 10.
390.
He put in
See if Snake wants to get involved.
1,000 with queen.
It's 375 plus.
Maybe hoping that
He does?
his lower cards is 6-5 maybe.
Now we're gambling.
Tommy got like 3,500 and he put in like 6.
See if Rocket's Will comes along too. I mean, I guess technically we've been gambling the whole way through, but
Yeah,
He was betting like $75 in like.
definitely gives Will with a suited ace incentive to
Into like 4 or 5
No, I thought you were in for one.
and then called it. It was
maybe get in here.
Will folds. Alejandro's definitely in there.
he's coming and he wants to come every week.
No one with a 9. Naked King's best. No one with a flush draw either.
That's my last night out before check saves.
Snake does have a gut shot, but doesn't want to make it straight. That'll give Alejandro the full house. He's gonna check through. Jambro's gotta think he's got the best hand right now. Obviously, hearts coming in freezes the action even more. Double paired or single paired flush board, and ace queen rivers the ace for the best hand.
Snake cutting out some chips here. Let's see. Oh, he faked us out.
Ace good.
Oh, card down. Check that card coming back on the slide, please. You got
Always find it amusing with the pump fakes from people.
the black light and everything. Get the magnifying glass.
Yeah, I don't know for sure if he actually got any type of read that his opponents were too interested in what his bet would be. If they looked strong and that they were going to look him up.
I always find it amusing when people are notorious for making the pump fake bets. They cut out the chips and they check, and you can start to tell when they're gonna do it, as opposed to when they're gonna bet.
They slide in the ones that land on.
Yeah, if you play with someone over enough time, those are little tiny things you can pick up.
Take a half the table. All friends drink.
Fun. It's fun.
It can be tough though. There's a bunch of players that are very smooth
Yeah, I know.
with
It's
it.
fun either
Yeah.
way, but it's
I
more fun when you're winning.
heard a story about a local tournament player that was able to like almost sort of flick their chip back behind the line in a way that with their arm going forward, almost like looked like they were about to call, kind of backspun it,
Huh.
and it landed more in front of them, in front of their stack, and not behind the line. And it's like, okay, that's smooth. And good thing I'm not a floor. I have no idea what to do with that. Kind of medium holdings here. Pocket sevens, pocket tens.
Yeah, no one with much.
Yeah, a lot of triple suited. Hearts still come for that's me. Queen high.
Bottom 2 pair for Will. Go.
First up.
Going for some thievery here.
Will with the best hand gonna bet it. I don't imagine there are a lot of good turns for him.
Well, Jambros actually has, because he has the six. Yeah, he
Yeah,
has the
top.
top bottom, so.
A 6 would be kind of disastrous.
Congratulations again.
Or Jambros can get what he's waiting for, the ace right away.
One and one here.
This is how you run it up. You just turn everybody dead. It's the easiest way.
One of these.
Jambro's probably gonna make a bet here.
Sunny peeking in on the game.
Sonny wants in. He's waiting for a seat now.
Oh, he's gonna play the live stream. Let's go.
I hope so. Sonny always a great time. Yeah, that's me. Only got 83 bucks left. He's just gonna flick it in there. He's drawing dead. And that's that. Jambros picks it up. Nice clean deuce river, only losing to ace 8. And Jambros continuing to chip up.
Sonny Cash is good. I like watching him play the final table.
Sonny is just a different beast when he plays final tables. It's kind of ridiculous.
He is fearless. I think that's.
I mean, he's fearless in cash too.
Oh, in both. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I think he's a fearless player. And what's the old saying? Scare money don't make none. So
So your money definitely does not make.
won our dealer's choice mixed game tournament yesterday. So already has an Atlas trophy in the cabinet.
The really cool candy trophy.
Amazing trophy, very beautiful, strong
I got there too late though. First
reminder.
Yeah, for those of y'all who haven't seen the trophy, it is Atlas, the Titan, holding up the globe, thus the Poker Atlas reference. And then the top is magnetic, it opens up. Shanice would put candy in hers. I don't know what I would put in mine. Maybe candy, maybe not candy. Who knows? I won't get a chance to to get one.
Yep, my chance is exhausted. Horse was my only shot, and it was a long shot. A lot of really good players. Brad Rubin, another Houston area bracelet winner, took down that one. So
you can't sit there the whole orbit.
Always good to see the locals take down stuff.
yep, he got some of my chips along the way. He hit a big hand, big flush, in a four-way stud hand. So
It looks like we will be losing Ro. Unfortunately, Ro had dinner plans, but decided to give the stream a try. Nice to have you on stream, Ro. Sadly, it didn't work out. Didn't have much manifest. Hope to have you back sometime soon. Maybe after dinner.
Yeah, we'll still be here. We'll still be playing, whether we're on the stream or not. Last time these guys played very late into the evening after
Oh yeah.
we
What
were
a
live.
not a great run out for either player's hand. Nick queen's best. Alejandro gonna go for some value. Really more of a bluff, I think, than value.
Yeah, just can't really call. Has a feeling like he may still have the best hand. Can't
And
really call
if he
a bet.
doesn't, he could probably get a naked king to fold.
Yeah, potentially.
So I don't mind the bet.
What do I have to do to play on the live stream? Dro, there will be a link. Maybe we can figure out how to go ahead and get that chat. Get that sent to you, but
there's two ways to do it. One is through the link that will show up eventually in the chat, and we don't really have control over whenever it says that. The other option would be to just call us here at TCH Houston and say you want to get on the live stream, and they will put your name on the list for the live stream.
Yeah, it's really that simple.
Just ask to speak to the floor. The floor will put your name. Unfortunately, putting your name on through Poker Atlas will only leave your name on for a couple hours for the hour that you can use Poker Atlas. But going through the floor will get you there much faster.
Yeah, easy peasy. Give us a call.
If you're in the club in person, find our AGM Catman, who is seed 8 in that game. Tell him you want to play on the PLO live stream, and he can get you on too. So plenty of ways for you to get on the live stream.
Yeah, we definitely love showcasing all of the faces of Houston Poker, so would love to have you.
One free day. Second day.
Alejandro popped up. Little Broadway action. Shooter getting in there with the 10-8-6-5 double suited. I like it. Wanting to play for a little bit more. Don't mind that one bit.
You know better than to come here. Got punched. Sign from up above.
Like the little double suited connectors.
Yep.
That do hit for Snake. He has a jack high flush draw. Alejandro, currently the best hand technically. Facing open-ended flush draw. Only 27% equity. Shooter bets pretty hefty here.
Snake might be just in that sort of gambling mood. I don't see him folding. Alejandro with top got a decision. It's always weird because in these bigger games, the PLO games, you see players. I know a lot of players are used to seeing the, I guess, weaker one pair holdings, not played as strongly. But these players really get after it, and makes these holdings a lot stronger. The top pairs. Oh, 100 folds. Snake. Does Snake want to gamble? Currently ahead. Superior draw.
We got someone coming in. You got someone?
Looks like they have a new player coming in as well. They're gonna gamble. That is Snake. That's still Snake.
More outs for Snake on
That's
that
still
turn.
that's still Snake. A pair pair of fours will be good for the second board.
Wow.
Big pot going Snake's way. Nearly $8,500 going Snake's way.
It's like he just made the final table
Of one of our smaller events, yeah.
Yeah, a smaller tournament. Unreal.
It looks like they're counting down stacks to make sure that, according to our graphics, Shooter's got $8 left. That's not a whole lot of dollars.
Very, very close.
It's super close. Dro, that's a pretty regular thing, is the Catman doing Catman things, betting pot all the way to the max.
I was about to say that sounds about average.
It's pretty normal.
Like average Thursday night for Catman.
No one can do it like Catman can. That's I don't know why he's just, no one else can quite do it like that.
No, I mean, hey, there's no rule that says you have to look at your cards.
In Hold'em, I don't know why, but I've seen, for some reason, Catman has had aces more than any other person I've ever seen in my life that looks at their Hold'em cards. But when he doesn't look, he just has aces.
He just makes up with aces and Hold'em, which is very, very wild.
It's already a problem when he's not, when he's looking at his cards, he's got aces because he can do some wild stuff. But when he's not looking at his cards and he ends up with aces, you're in some.
Yeah, I mean,
You're in some trouble.
you're paying, you're forking over.
Will with kings, pretty reasonable ones. Oh, I know, Dro, I know what you're talking about. I'm not gonna call out players on stream, but that man does some wild stuff too. We have some wild players here, Dro.
Houston's wild.
I would have put the 30 on.
Looks like the 30 is on this hand.
But I didn't realize that it was my 30. Wasn't paying attention. It's weird when half the table was on.
2 calls.
A bunch of limps around.
She took her transfer tax.
Why are you pushing me a card to the ball? Just fold it. Okay, just 15. Thank you.
Why are you pushing me with cards? I'm folding.
We're not
used to that. Yeah, we're not used to that. Used to folding.
Honestly, if I err on the side of not looking at the cards if I'm unsure. Because they cannot be retrieved.
Trips for That's Me. Trips for Snake. We're gonna have some money go in the middle.
Whew. Yep. Those queens have been kind of hot
Yep.
so far. Those 10s last week on the table.
I often wonder. I've told people this before. Like, have you ever, the roulette table? They're like, what numbers are hot and everything. If we put what cards are hot, if players would bet on it.
I think they would. I think they 100% would. I think any sort of side game, side betting, 85% of the players at the table are in for.
Some nice side bet action.
Snake thinks is 7. And That's Me also makes the smaller boat on the river. So.
And the way the action went, it's going to be hard for them not to think, either of them to think that they don't have the best hand.
Right. I mean, of course, Queen Jack is just still out there, but...
Full house, 27. My fault.
The snake doesn't go for the whole stack, just tries to get as much
7 takes it.
guarantee that his bet gets called.
And I mean, when you river queens full sixes, the way the action went on the turn, you're just gonna flick it in the call.
Yeah, you absolutely have to, especially
Especially
you
for
mentioned.
snakes.
Yeah.
with the last hand snake showdown, he won the bottom board with a pair of fours. So, I, I, I think snake's gonna get some has earned a little bit of action.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Not just historically on the stream, but even just today in these first few hands. Yeah. Got a new dealer coming in. Did they? I don't think they opened with the bomb pot. Let's see if they decide to do them today.
I don't think they're going to do them today. I know that they stopped doing, well, not completely stopped, but they stopped doing them a lot in some of them because it's too much time.
Right.
It just takes up so much time to do the bomb pot.
Yeah. And 9 times out of 10, you end up chopping anyway.
Yeah, that is a true statement.
You need barrels though?
They might do a bomb pot this time. It's up to them. Sometimes the players want to do it. I mean, as degenerate as these people are, I don't think a bomb pot is entirely out of the question.
Yes, a bomb pot.
What about y'all in chat? Do y'all like bomb pots?
Good people left in the world.
Try to push it off a little down. Yes, right at that. You see the. You didn't come in here before.
Looks like they are going to do one, though. We got 2 boards coming. Get a little hectic.
Nine six is the nuts right now. Not quite, but
I'll take 10-8.
you want the 10-9. You want the 10-9-6. I mean, let's just be full grade mode.
No, you want 10-7-8, I think. 10-7-8's a better one.
Just let the nuts be the nuts one time, you know. 69.
I don't see no 69 for anyone. Will betting the Jack 7 and the 7-8, so he's got a pretty good hand to bet.
He does.
Yeah.
He does.
Not knowing Alan's mystery card is pretty big. Although the Queen 8 does make the straight for both Will and them now.
Alejandro and Will still also chasing diamonds as well on the top. Alan potentially also with diamonds. Since he's sticking in the hand. King of Spades, we see, is his mystery card.
No. Oh, yeah, so he made King Queen on top.
Right.
But now we have... This is a chop pot. Unfortunate run out for Will. Alan only playing 1 board realistically, though. And if Will pots... Finds it in him to pot... Or put the rest in. I don't know if Alan can call. He cannot win the bottom board. Oh, he does. He does call, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't
Jack.
think he's
I mean,
gonna
you get
fold.
scooped by Jack 9.
You do, but with Will only having if the
third pot,
count was
yeah,
if the count was accurate.
Just gonna flick in the call.
I think if he had a full size pot bet, it would have been a little bit more.
A lot different. Yeah, I agree. Much more intimidating.
Top two versus bottom set, same strike.
Even though it does take a little bit of time, and sometimes you do chop, I will say the bomb pot does
Well,
get
I
your
guess
heart
Alan does
pumping.
have 8s and deuces. For some reason, the deuce didn't register in my head.
You know, I didn't kind of pick that up either.
I don't think it's a real 2-pair, but still, you kind of get scooped by the same hand. 10s, 10s, Jack 9, Jack 9. I guess 9-6 does scoop, too. 9-6, 9-6 would
Right, yeah,
scoop you.
9-6 would have been very good. I definitely played the other night. Ended up being all in the first two bomb pots that we played, and then after that I was like, okay, I've had my fill of my heart pounding with the bomb pots. I'm gonna sit the next couple ones out.
Bomb pots are typically very devastating for someone, or not devastating at all for anyone. It's a whole lot of action to chop it up.
Yeah, for sure. I bet it did look fun. And while during the horse tournament, I decided to stay focused on one thing, but we did also have a double board PLO event. Not quite a bomb pot, but just 2 boards PLO. And Samantha was the winner of that event. So congratulations to her.
The old wild amount of pre-flop action in that game.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I don't actually think I've ever really fully played that format before.
I've never played double board, just flat. Excuse me, double board PLO. One of the tables I dealt very tame. The other table not so tame.
Okay.
So I feel like it could very easily have gone both ways. Alejandro with Ace King. Catman's not at his seat. Jambros with Ace King as well.
I still smell it, dude. I mean, I used to know this guy. He used to just not wear deodorant. He smells so bad.
I'm not gonna. The conversation is very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
A very poker-esque conversation going on.
Yeah, you get 300-400 people all in the same room. The odds are that somebody forgot to apply.
Yeah, someone is guilty. Somehow a pair of 9s. See, when everyone sees a flop with these now a pair of jacks is the best hand. Yeah, but when everyone starts seeing these flops with these marginal hands, this is what gets there.
Yes. I waited to the very end to bluff it.
Will
I didn't want y'all to catch anything.
Will said he waited till the very end to bluff at it,
I can't fold.
and he wasn't bluffing at it. See, this is when you're bluffing with the best hand, which does happen.
Navigate this stat. See if I can do like.
You wouldn't think it would be so hard to make a pair in PLO, but
Yeah,
sometimes it
with
feels
4
that
cards,
way.
it definitely feels that way sometimes.
you.
Just miss everything.
I know. Got down to $585. It ran it to 20,000.
How much was
I
it?
feel like I don't even know the last time I made it.
This first ball. First ball, we got it down
When
to
I was playing PLO, I was either making straights
20,000.
or no pair.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it felt like.
And you don't even really want straights a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Especially on the
Try
flop.
and do it here. This is the best.
On the river straights.
You know, I'll take a flop straight. I'm not gonna get too picky about it, but
I don't want Will to keep talking shit about it.
You brought in more? Oh, you just raised in the dark? The dark?
Somebody's in the dark. I feel like I have a guess who it could be.
Shit, so it's not even that scary.
really only one candidate.
Oh, even better.
Oh no, we can't tell from here. It's not possible. It's only 75 in the dark.
Does have a suited ace king, so not
this
a
what
bad hand.
And Alan just calling with the ace king jack jack to the blind raise. That's very surprising. He is incredibly deep now though, rebuying for that larger amount.
Run out. 6 flop.
We are starting to get deep here. I still think it wouldn't be bad to isolate a little bit, get some of these medium card holdings out of the pot.
There are some of those. Ace King Jack looking pretty good on this board now, though.
Very good.
Yeah.
And it's rainbow, which is always nice.
A pair of queens is best right now. See if Alan wants to bet this. Doesn't. Queens and sevens, no straight coming through. Probably feeling pretty good about that.
There's a guy we used to play with that just walked off.
Clubs? No one has
He's an
clubs?
old player, but
That's me. Still best.
he played this Holland game, or this PLO game we played for a while. And the game runner.
Shooter gonna bluff at it. That's me. Gonna just fold two pair. King 9 high wins. Bluff gets through. Well played, Bluff. Pretty much knew where That's Me was.
Yeah, none of the straights coming in, or I mean, I guess what's 6-4.
Yeah, 6-4 was the only
6-4
one.
was the only one that came in, so kind of specific considering the
But I
texture
don't.
of the
I don't
board.
think he'd have 6-4. Really, just repping clubs
It's too hot.
at the
Right.
end of that.
He's always taking his kid down. It's,
Let them run around outside.
it is hot.
Shooter's gonna shoot.
Shooter down 4K. Alan down 2.4. Alejandro down 2.3. That's me down 1.6. Rockets Will down $300. Snake the big recipient of and Catman the big recipients of this money. Jambro's been a little quiet after the first couple hands. Did have a very momentous first 7 hands though.
Yeah, had no choice but to stay busy in the early part of the stream.
His name is Jambros.
Hands kind of cooling off a little bit.
Jambro's not been jamming that much lately. Alan's gonna be in there. Queens for Will, going up. And in these wild games, I know a lot of players in the not so wild games are afraid of these big pocket pairs, but in these really wild games, they become so much stronger, as you can see. People will be seeing flops with some wide ranges,
Right, right.
to put it delicately. Alejandro's ace jack. I mean, that's a pretty good hand to look down. Double suited.
Yeah, double suited, like middle connected with a nut suit. I mean, that's, yeah. Looking for like a 9 of hearts. Red 9 would make him very happy.
He doesn't do that. Ace is good right now?
Doesn't know that Will has his hearts covered and has 3 of them, so it does happen from time to time though. We could still get a red flop.
People, Rockets will asking if he has 2 or 1 ace. We know Will's in great shape right now. The right flop though can change that.
Is that good for you?
That's a good flop for Will. Still Will. Will's got a hammer lock. Ace queen. No, neither player with a king. So
Yeah, on the
we're gonna scoop a $3,500 pot and double up.
Here we go! Here we go!
That's poker, baby.
It was just raise jam. Raise jam price.
oh, Will skips a big one.
We'll have the best hand.
Nice little pickup. Did have. He's right. He did have the best hand. Catman did fold ace king.
What's up, Jazz? Everybody.
for you. If I would have known you were here, I brought you a present.
Yeah.
It's from Japan. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I know that. That's why I got you something. I'll bring it for day 2 because I know you're gonna make day 2.
You went mad at two? You went mad at day 2?
No, I'm just a fan. I'm just gonna come support.
Only fans.
Maybe if I get lucky in like the
Let me
turbo.
know your channel.
It's the only way I ever make day 2 is the turbo. Be lucky.
I'm gonna make a turtle.
Go all in blind. New player?
God!
Alright, you might actually save me $100 here. I don't think I ever pulled this, but this is supposed to be.
Pretty sure they're getting chip stack settled. Hope everybody's having a good evening so far. Thank y'all again for joining me for this 13615 PLO stream here at Texas Card House, Houston. Where the chips are flowing, the action is definitely going tonight.
Still holding on?
Oh! I didn't know
I'm not
we were-
thinking.
I didn't know we were
I've already folded. I've already folded. No, I
folded.
folded and she gave it back to me. No, she said there's waiting on something.
Treader, you busted already?
Yeah,
Really?
Well, you can come now and get
but
the
I
button.
can, but I want to go back, so like, is it okay if I play for like an hour or you don't want that?
Oh, yeah, play.
No, I'm saying I
of
have like
course.
2.5 hours of registration still.
We play enough. Play if you want.
Champ,
You get up
hop
600, you
in.
can go.
Rebel, I don't know the answer to that question.
Just joke.
I will have an answer for you next week.
Still gonna go play in the tournament?
Don't have an answer for that question either. I will try and find out
Got graduation party.
that as well for you. I do know they are working on a schedule for the next set of tournaments.
Yeah, like 1,000 or something.
See if I can get some answers for you for that. Catman, 3-betting. We don't know his hand. We know he likes mystery hands. We'll play along with this.
100%.
Alejandro with a mystery hand. I think he's only got 21 bucks left. Maybe he's got some more behind. Don't know yet. Not a Catman board. No, he's got some more behind. A little more behind.
I wouldn't have liked the flop, so I'm kind of glad I folded. Even though, I don't know, I have decent flop. Decent flop against aces.
Yeah, I know, Rebel. They don't. Sometimes they don't like giving me answers. It's a lot of.
Put the 2 in.
That's why I went. I started, like, he invited me, I started looking into it.
Lot of waiting.
A lot of times when I play in tournaments, I try to. I have 1 pair right now.
I have 1 pair right now been declared, and that usually means it's not a queen.
7,000 with ace queen. Queen 10 call me. The blinds are 500, so 7,000 is pretty big. That queen 10 obviously called me, and the 10 hit the flop, and I push.
Curious as to what 1 pair.
Wasn't worried about that.
See the hands tabled. 8s and 9s on top, and trip 8s on the bottom.
Yeah, I bet.
I did have aces in the short time that we saw. I had aces. I won with that. I kind of won. Someone with 6-8 off to me.
I think that's Alejandro's hand,
They only had 7,000. I had 40,000.
and that looks like it was good enough. Oh no, it looks like it was a chop.
Did you make a recovery the other day?
No, I lost a lot.
I know you were. Yeah. I was.
She understood that 1 hand. Shona, you were doing fine until I watched the stream. I don't watch many streams back. I watched this one, like, fast forward. You messed up when you called on Tommy with that weak flush draw and get running queens. Gave away a lot of money in that hand.
Weak flush draw.
He had like a jack eye flush draw and he called.
Oh, I hit
And he hit
queen, but he had aces.
He had aces. You just fold on the flop on that hand, your night would have been fine.
And also when I hit run full house against the second half full house.
Yeah, that was just a cooler. I mean,
I'll take
you're gonna run into some bad hands.
green.
But you didn't necessarily play that one bad. Just a cooler. You played that other one terrible and you gave away like 5,000. That's alright. Ambrose gave away 7,000 dead.
You have your players card left?
Yeah, I'm not in this hand though. So no reason to clock me in yet.
Yeah, but only 7K dead. You gotta be on some other hands.
Be in the hand. I could have been in the hand immediately over there, but the guy wanted to see.
Chandra is going to be sitting down there in seat 6. We'll get him added.
Hey, how much is Snake up? He's taking a victory lap or what?
7 and 8.
On the stream, you should only be able to sit out 2 hands max in a row.
I'd be okay with it, sitting out only 2 hands in a row. Sometimes people have stuff to take care of. We all know Snake's not afraid to gamble. Shooter raising it up to 50, Will 3-betting it. Got a nice little rundown there. Alejandro gonna see, I imagine if this is any connectivity with those cards in hand. Gonna see Batman out of there.
A good hand would have gotten screwed on that turn river run out, right?
Unless I had top set.
Shooter gonna complete Jambros in there.
Good at ace king.
We got some hands that can interact with each other.
Let's say he had ace king, and then that happens. He's still like, oh,
7 in the window. King looking pretty good for Alejandro. The only one with the king. He's just gonna lead right out. No one's gonna.
Bruce hand.
No one's gonna continue. No one has much of anything.
if it won, then
I died high and I was gonna have a barrel.
What's behind you?
Who's behind you?
The hand he said about.
You would have won that hand? You have bigger flush?
Of course.
I just got the
Nice little pickup from Alejandro, helping him get a little bit more unstuck.
I got it so fair. The right guy. I know you're nothing.
I'm nothing.
I'd like to play this.
Hey, it's not the first time I'm back at you.
You gotta get big plays. Oh no, it's a 600. It's really even higher. It was a 1K.
I don't think even 8,000
Is it?
would be.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get 10,000
First place is only going to be. What is the guarantee? 100? First place will be
Yeah. Yeah. You know what?
We're doing this here. We don't have to spread them out here, do we?
Maybe like
He's got to put them on, I think.
put them on the star.
You don't have to spread it.
So I guess they'll tell me.
I played showdown that day. I fired 100.
Shooter bumping it up.
9-7 suited. Are you so?
Will out of there with the queen 10-9-6. Ender out of there. Aces for Alejandro. Good aces too.
At the very end and put us on auto.
Gonna bump it up most likely. Yeah.
Yeah.
All in everything.
Does not just
Give me the
call.
numbers. I want to jam the second hand. I want to jam the 8th hand.
I want to tank for 12 seconds on the 6th hand and then jam.
They're very surprised not to see Alejandro bump it up with that hand.
Unfortunately, when you're not at the table, you muff your hand.
Oh, no, never mind.
You jam, but
It
then
was bumped. Nope, it wasn't bumped up.
Gave me a menu.
Oh, I'm a little confused. I imagine it was raised.
You still got that menu? That guy gave us
I
a
think
menu.
they're gonna go once. They can gather that much.
He never came back.
Sometimes it takes a while.
No, he never took our order. He never came back to take our order. He just gave us a menu and was like 30 minutes.
I believe there's an all-in in the call.
Well, you can call him.
I don't know who called. I don't think it was Alan. I think it was Shooter.
You guys, how many times? One? Yes.
They're gonna go once, and if it's Alan, it's not Alan. Looks like a Shooter. Great flop for Alejandro.
Told you. Oh my god, that should be a card count.
Shows the ace and the jack for clubs. That's gonna scoop it.
Told you. Different type of phone, dude. What he did to Ambrose the other day on the 4-4 board, he had aces. And he had a 4 in the flush draw, and he showed like... he pretty much flopped him dead, and he slow rolled him. You were right. He flopped you dead.
And they're buying in for just 600. And try and spin it up.
That's fine.
So close, dude. So close.
Aces double. Still alive. Can't remember last time I had aces double.
It's been a while.
Nice when aces hold. I mean, those were really good aces. There's really bad aces, really good aces. Really good aces you want. Connectivity, suited. Those are very pretty. Double suited. Can make some straights.
I got it in with a real Ambrose type hand. Weekend yesterday. I wanted to try triple ball. We can't ball again. I was like, oh, I got it in a real bad hand this time. I only got aces 1 suit.
8-7-7-6 in there. King, Jack 9, double suited, real pretty from Snake. No 3-bet, very surprised. Very pretty hand. Ace Queen 9 double suited. This is gonna go up. We got some players with some hands that are gonna battle too.
Good at aces. I was like, I'm running 4 randoms out the door. Try to hopefully my suit's live. You know it, but you gotta leave after. You can't rebuy and do the same thing the next hand. the next hand.
I know, that was my problem, man.
Gotta come the next day.
That and my bullets were 3K. That was also my problem.
12-20. Money? 12-20.
Snake gonna give him the action. Snake's got the superior hand. I don't think anyone's gonna...
365.
Yeah, no one else is gonna come along. They're going once. Queen in the window, but a wrap for Snake. 10's gonna seal it up for That's Me. Oh, I guess they're gonna run it twice, it looks like. Maybe not. Hard to tell. Oh, they're going twice from the flop. Full house, full house. Queens, queens. Gonna hold on the flop set. Nice double up. Or That's Me.
You got second?
In what?
Good job, man.
There's local poker vlogger Andrew Bowden, who just apparently got second in the Turbo event today. Nice run. Always good to see locals doing well. See if we can get him on the list, get him in here. Get that newly won tournament money on the table stat, what Ambrose is saying.
Yeah,
You guys don't be blind, and the guy offered 3,900.
Extra 500. I would have just fucking jammed next to him.
I'm not ICM in anybody.
He's literally all in at the big blind with the enemy. He like can't physically go to the big blind because he's got a jam before. He's got a jam when he's going next. That's valuable. Here, what you got? Yeah, that's all.
Not even if I'm the short stacks, I just go play. Play.
Chander folding. Chander's got a little more than 600. Chander's got like 1,300. A little wrong. Catman with aces now. Jambros with eights and some straight cards. Shooter's in there. Oh no, Shooter's bumping it up. There, Shooter and Catman gonna battle in this one. That's me folding the ace, king, queen, jack. Kind of shocking.
Everybody looking for one of Catman's 10s.
Yep.
Busting you next to him. Or he doubles and runs it through you.
Get the third place money and a coffee.
Dime time.
Third place money and a coffee.
Catman bumping it up. I think the money's just gonna get in here.
Fiji water.
I'm gonna write a figure down on this
Shoot.
number on the paper.
Got a little bit more than 1480. So just makes the call. An ace would be disastrous. Shooter looking for diamonds, Catman looking for clubs or an ace. That's two clubs, no one with a queen. I don't think Catman's going to be folding.
Not with that nut flush draw on aces.
Dime time.
Yeah, Catman just going to bet, looking to get it in here. Shooter got nothing. He's got an 8. Just lets it go. Nice pickup by Catman.
Yeah.
Bros did have pocket 8s. If Bros had gambled, he would have taken some money.
He has that look too in his face, like, if only I
If
had.
only I had stuck it in there.
I think he's only down 10 or 15.
That's why I only lost.
We played heads up for like 30 minutes.
Really?
You win who?
Me and Jimmy.
Did you get anything wrong?
Like 4,000.
Did you keep it?
Talking about heads up PLO, now that is tough. If you think
Go to TCH.
heads up hold'em is difficult, heads up PLO is a whole nother.
I think heads up.
Level.
So I like heads up PLO. I think it's really cool. It's the same reason I like heads up hold'em. It's just more real poker. You got to do more stuff. I mean, of course, you can just do what some of these guys like doing, which is just pile it in. But you can kind of finesse it, I guess.
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of play to it too.
Oh, tons. I don't know if you seen Phil Galfond and Jungle Man playing heads up, and then both of them sort of did commentary what they were thinking, and they kind of compiled it together. There's clips of it,
That's really
like where
cool.
they're in hands, yeah, and you're hearing.
That'd be a good one.
You're hearing both of them on either side of the hand. It's one of the best.
Yeah, that'd be a really good one to listen to. Just a bunch of limps in for 15. Don't know how many. Which tournament are you talking about? The flight for the main event so far? Rebel.
Chandra with the rundown. I'm liking that.
Rundown's always pretty good.
Looks like all the aces are out, so we won't see one of those.
Those.
What is it, Joe? I don't know. I want to ask.
It's my card.
That's a deuce. That's my card.
That is Will famous for the deuce
Oh,
of
it's
diamonds.
Will. Okay.
Yeah, Rockets Will and his deuce of diamonds. He doesn't wear the bracelet everywhere, but he does wear the deuce of diamonds
Fair enough.
necklace everywhere. Almost always see him with that. Chandra flops the best of it here. His trip jacks. Well, actually, not the best of it.
Seven's
Snake,
full,
yeah,
yeah.
has seven's
Just
full, so
betting
already full.
betting the max from the start.
Yeah, absolutely. But Chandra with 3 live cards to make a bigger full house here. It's not going to go anywhere. Also has hearts, not live.
Does make just the call. So he can turn Snake close to dead. Won't know yet.
Good eye. On the case.
I'm lifetime negative against
Doesn't get there on the turn.
6 doesn't really help him.
you have no idea how many times that
Not what he wanted to see.
every time that we play over there, he just like he knew that some kind of hand I would dump off and
Snake putting Chandra in for the last
Yeah, and he's
500
just
or
gonna call it
so.
off. Yeah.
He can't go anywhere.
Unfortunate for Chandra.
Well, there is still a river to come.
Don't worry about any of that other stuff.
As we can see, a lot of his outs are...
That's one of them.
Yeah, a lot of his outs were not live going to this river.
That is indeed one of his outs. Yeah, Chandra trying to get his tournament buy-in.
I didn't say I was going to hit it wrong. I got 2.5 hours for that.
He will get. He did. He's being nice about it. Not gonna immediately
Jacks with a straight draw.
leave.
Even if he's got 7 down.
Got his tournament buy-in. Chandra, a pretty big tournament player. He likes PLO a lot, but I think he likes tournaments a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. A regular at both has been known to run well at both. Picks up a really nice pot and slows Snake down a little bit. He had been rolling through the beginning part of the stream. Still up. 4K.
I mean, Catman up 5.6, Snake up 4.2. These numbers, as we will always remind you, change very quickly. It just takes one hand.
A lot of people think that, right? Ed?
Just one hand.
Rather him win it. How strong the other guy's hand is. Suck out.
G'day, dealer chains. Wonder if they're going to do another bomb pot. Like I said before, not everyone's a fan of the bomb pot.
Oh, Alan with my favorite hand. My ultimate favorite hand.
Ah, yes. Double big lick. Big lick squared.
I don't know if I can say what I would call it.
Yeah,
but...
I mean, it's not a family friendly stream, so you can call it.
Oh, okay. It's an orgy. Let's do it.
Because big lick is dinner for 2.
Now we can feed a family of 4.
Yep.
Look at that.
Pretty good flop for blocking the nuts, flopping a set. Not a bad flop at all.
Rockets Will, though, does have the 10-9, so already has the big end of it.
I imagine some money is going to go in here. Alan, the way everybody's been playing, Will's got a backdoor flush draw to go with it. No one really with much of anything else going on, just Alan and Will.
Jambros had a hand in the same neighborhood with the 7-5, but wisely figures that he's already
Behind.
Yeah.
4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15.
Oh, they're just in there.
Yeah, we're piling.
I didn't expect.
Yeah, we're piling.
They're probably chopping.
Probably chopping, says Will, but doesn't realize he's in great shape. Nuts is still the nuts.
Yeah, graphic picks up the 7, but it is actually a 3 of clubs there on the river. Unfortunately.
Big hand for Will. Allen's. So now Catman, Will, Snake all up over 4. Allen and Shooter throwing the party right now. Alejandro throwing a small party. As we saw with Bro's first couple hands, it's going to be really easy for these numbers to change.
Yeah, this game feels very wide open right now.
Absolutely. And the action is flowing. It's definitely flowing.
It's just the place is called Single Check.
F40 and Rick, can you make a little extra tip?
Kill me a winner. Or double me.
Donkey? Is that what you said? Super.
I'm calling someone a donkey.
I don't know. It almost feels like in Houston that's a compliment.
I feel like it's a pretty maybe it's endearing. I don't know. Calling someone a donkey.
The blinds are posted, but not the.
I kind of do agree. If you're playing the stream, you should play the fucking bomb pile.
Right, so if you're not here, it still gets posted.
Blinds definitely get posted.
Yeah, blinds auto.
I don't necessarily agree with the bro saying that if you're gonna play the stream that you should play the bomb pot. The big deal is bomb pots take up a lot of time. I don't think it's a bad thing.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's entitled to, if it's a game that you're not there to play, to not play that game.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they maybe more mean like the spirit of the game. We want action. We want you to be present.
Bomb pots are some of the biggest action you can get.
Please. Excuse me, please.
Pretty dry. We got double flush draw, but
Not a whole lot of interaction between the two boards. 4-5, ace 4-5 really being the biggest interaction between them.
getting a look at our hands here as they roll in.
I think there's a 9 on one of the boards, so yeah. Blocking top set. This is probably just going to take it all. Naked 9s on the other board can beat that, so.
Yeah, like we said, as it was just so dry, not a lot of interaction. A set that's actually a good bomb pot board for a set.
Mm-hmm. I'd be happy to scoop a bomb pot.
Yeah, even if it's small, even if you just get that initial ante, it's basically $80.
More than 80. They're playing. I think they were playing 15.
Were they doing
15?
15?
15 or 25.
Okay, so yeah, even more. So
it's 105 in there. He bet. I think it was 30s. 30 makes sense. I think it said 270 on the thing. So
they did $30
yeah.
bomb pots. Oh, they're expensive today. We have been doing 15 mostly.
Mandatory away from the table. 30.
Unless that was the pot bet. It's hard with the action tracking to really gauge it because bomb pots are just so hard to.
Yeah, sometimes the double board, it takes a second for everything to register, and with one that was so dry, everybody just kind of folded out.
No, we didn't post it. No, we didn't post it.
I know. All I'm saying
Don't ever fold him.
No, we're definitely closing that. We were gonna post it 30.
Yeah, me too. I didn't even like my hand. I just raised
They still, because I didn't like my hand.
I wish that was how that works. Just reshuffle until you get a good one.
Can't make everybody happy.
That's what I do when I play Civ. I just like restart until I get the most beautiful map.
That was awesome, dude.
Your favorite hand flops best in Chander's shoes.
I didn't realize it.
No one, a real big monster, is probably just gonna check through. Nope, shooter gonna take the aggressive action.
Gotta make sure I close out my browsers with
Let's have top pair.
If Chander wants to. What's up, Ronnie? Glad to see you in the chat. Chander making the call. Shooter takes the lead now, way out in front. And Chander might think this is a brick. So it's possible he may call one more bet. Especially with the way Shooter's been playing.
Sizing him up.
Yeah, our hand really doesn't get a whole lot better here without a 9 or a 6. Ronnie, you out there battling tonight?
Feel like Chandra might get sticky here.
I mean, this is the player that if anyone was gonna get sticky against, you get sticky against.
Might be folding a winner here.
Yeah, Chandra shows. Shooter, tell him the truth. I turned you. Not lying.
these pros. Two pair.
Does he seem like a good laydown?
I think it's
Chandra makes the right play. Still skeptical though. He'll be able to, at least he'll be able to run it back and sleep at night. That's the one thing about playing a live stream. It's free to see.
I never go back and, well, I can't say never. I very rarely go back and watch my hands unless something really, really, really interesting happened. I wouldn't count, like, I made this, not saying that was a marginal fold, but like, it would have to be like, did he bluff me? I want to see, did he bluff me? That's really the ones I go back and look at.
Okay.
And then I go back and look, I'm like, oh yeah, he didn't bluff me. Or, oh man, I got fucked. Tilt drove to Dallas, then got to Dallas and lost more. So, a series of unfortunate events.
Yeah, that's tough. If you're coming from Houston, that's at least a 4.5 hour, like 4 hour drive. So that's a ways to go. But we're headed into a weekend of opportunity here at Texas Card House. That's me with middle set on King Queen 7. Will with 2 pair and open-ended takes the lead, betting into the pot on the turn. That's me with the best hand currently, but still even in equities here. A club doesn't feel safe for either player. And Will takes the opportunity to see if he can steal this pot from That's Me. And That's Me has too much hand. He had the Queen of Clubs as well. He had just too much hand to fold for the remainder of his stack. The players telling us that all blockers matter. I wish DT were here to tell us if that were true or not. I'm still learning.
Checking the
It'd
dark.
be hard to tell when they really matter.
Had open at it, top and bottom.
Roll, you need to make sure block lives matter.
Blocker vibes now.
That doesn't sound as good. Block lives matter.
Get out of your way, man. Does this pick up?
Nice pickup there for That's Me. Had to commit his stack, but gets a good return on his investment, up 2K now.
Not the 30, but
Alan with Rainbow Queens. May try to limp in.
Yeah, let's not throw in people's yellow chips. Someone might say,
it's easy to pop with your own money. Pop.
Rockets Will with a nice looking hand here. Ace Jack 10-10 double suited, looking for a red flop. Let's see if he gets any action around the table here.
New player.
One of Alan's queens gone. Looks like Bros is going to give it a little action with some jacks.
what I'm not liking about this tournament series, there's no nightly turbos. Like
Alan, yeah, gonna complete. That's me. You know the King 4th reduced, double suited.
on a satellite, I'm saying 9 or 10
That's a
o'clock,
pretty
9
good
o'clock.
flop
Hey,
for the King 4th reduced, double suited.
Mirrored with a backdoor baby flush draw.
I didn't see it. I don't know.
Imagine that's me gonna bet this. Just checks. Let's.
Monday, by the way. 'cause Monday
Surprised
is-
he's just gonna let the action check through here.
Monday is Memorial
No
Day
straight
week.
completing. It's good news for him. Still has way the best hand.
Seven's one of the best cards you could see on this turn, Rainbow 7.
Sunday,
You
and
just
day
don't want to
two
get potted.
on Monday.
Just checks it again. Really trying to let someone hang themselves.
Yeah, but I prefer that because I got.
That's a bad river. Does have the best hand if he gets to showdown.
During the day, because if I'm gonna bag, I'm gonna miss it. Then I can't play a 5 because I'm gonna miss it. So.
I think this is just gonna check. Nope, he's gonna go for a little bit of value. No one's home though. I imagine this is just gonna get. Yeah.
Might not have really gotten any action on any street. Could have taken the pot down on the turn maybe, but hand holds up. I can't win with 2 pair in PLO.
I think every time I have 2 pair in PLO, I swear to God, someone else has a set.
It feels like it, like never fails.
I'll like have top 2 pair with a monster draw, like an open-ended and a flush draw. And they're like, I just have naked top set. I'm like, of course.
GG's.
I'm dead. Stopped in College Station first. Ran top boat into quads. It's an unfortunate series of events. Drew, I think blockers matter more in PLO, way more in PLO than in Hold'em. One of the big things I complain about is how misused the term blockers is in Hold'em. People are like, well, I have the blockers. Kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
In PLO, it matters so much more. Still can be misused. Alejandro with the ace queen 8-7.
I feel like if you are starting or ending a sentence with "but I had blockers," you
Yeah.
kind of already know that you didn't do right.
Double suited aces for Bros.
Hello.
Welcome sight in this game. Double suited good aces. Oh, above average. We'll just call them double suited above average aces.
I don't know. Sometimes I just prefer my aces single suited. Like when they're double suited, it's almost like the hand is too good. No, it's good.
Short break for you. Short break for you. Jambro's gonna get no more value. Alejandro's only got a pot size bet. Does check it back. Gonna let him check out. Yeah, double suited aces making the nuts. without the ace. Doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Alejandro just betting straight into it. Jambrose's hand looks like aces because it's aces. Just the danglers are be super dangling in
Yeah,
this hand.
absolutely. Trying to represent the hand that Jambrose has.
Does just make the call. I like it. Let Alejandro just keep blasting away if he's got exactly what he has, which is nothing. We're not folding on this river. Alejandro gonna pull the trigger. Very connected board. Oh, and he's got way more than $581.
Yes, I was just gonna point that
Oh,
out.
baby.
Yeah, could actually make a sizable bet, but wisely checks back.
Jambro's gonna think about trying to go for value. Goes for the max.
Focusing on targeting the other jack. Knows that he either has the jack or nothing there, so might as well go for full value.
I wonder if Ambrose showed the aces. He showed Alejandro 2 cards. I wonder if he showed him 2 aces.
that would be sick.
I had it. Shows 2 aces.
Either way, still the best hand. With the 8-7 being counterfeit. I do believe that we have another PLO table on table 1, so some players feeding in.
Very often the PLO table in the room.
Absolutely.
Table 1.
It's the
gotta showcase it. When players come in, you gotta say, this is PLO. Sit down.
The table with all the chips. I want to be on that one.
The blind 30 is not a live straddle. We do this game is a 1-3-6 game that allows for a $15 straddle, which they've all agreed to do. And the 30 is a blind raise, but like Ambrose said, 99% of the time someone raises, so it's basically live. Will his turn with aces, no suits but broadways. Chonder gonna bump it up with a down.
This is his kind of hand right here. Wrong hand.
Alejandro, you know he wants to get involved.
I mean, I think he has a feeling that if he calls, that's gonna entice
we got
Will to
a big
continue.
proper run.
Anybody else that picks up big hands, Snake with a suited ace doesn't want to fold.
Why wouldn't I?
Shooter gonna play the odds.
Yeah, shooter gonna call it. Yeah, Will just gonna rip it. And Chonder can't do. The thing is, like, if you expect 4 players to go all in, your hand looks pretty good versus 4 players. And somehow Alejandro has more than half the equity with all of these hands.
Wow.
Chonder said he didn't look at it.
Yep, and oh, we're gambling.
I think Shooter called pre-flop knowing that this was very likely to happen.
And we're
fold his hand
gambling.
either.
He's in there. Shooter's in there.
Wow, what a horse race.
I really looked at
We got a $10,000 pot now.
Blind, I put the 200. After seeing it 10. I saw 10. I put in 200.
Somebody's gonna be happy after this pot.
2095. And I'll probably fucking 2095. Maybe I can hold
Which hand would you pick here?
I like the Queen Jack Jack. Well, not looking at everyone else's cards. I like the 9-8-7-6, but looking at everyone's cards, I like the Queen Jack Jack 4. He's got 2 flush draws.
Yeah.
No one else has those flush
I
draws.
didn't look. I just saw aces and was like, no way, they really gave me.
I bought in for 14. I got 20 and 10.
Chandra does have hearts, Shooter does have diamonds, so all suits.
If it comes out itty bitty, Chandra's got a real good chance of walking away with this one.
I do kind of agree with you. I think if I were to pick a hand in the spot,
without knowing,
without having the equities in front of me, I would maybe pick the 9-8-7-6. But Alejandro with technically the best equity here. considering other cards that have probably been folded. The system does that for us.
This is really hard to do in PLO. Is get all of your money in 4 ways and be a 57% favorite.
Yeah, and
It is very hard to do this. And be a 57% favorite with not the best hand.
yeah.
Getting in there.
2100.
I don't know. Maybe this is good learning for me. Like I said, it's sometimes you.
Sometimes you just gamble.
Yeah.
The $5 is a little too. Yeah, $5.
And I wonder. I'm a little curious what the pure equities are without the card removal. We have time while they figure out this pot. We may be able to plug it in here. I'm very curious what that
It's
looks like.
it's gonna be something similar. Like I said, Alejandro's equity is so high just simply because of the flushes.
We might have done it in this one because it was like 2095, you know.
Yeah, I was like, hey,
That would've been
not
easy.
Having 2 flush draws no one else has
Make it 4, man.
is worth a lot, I imagine.
Yes, I would think so. That's a big part of why he has so much of it.
Oh, they're gonna run this once.
One time. Let's
Oh,
go.
Max Payne.
Wait, are y'all going twice? Like,
No
one bus
choppy.
all in or what?
Just once.
Oh, yeah, one.
I feel like in this spot, if someone says once, I just kind of say F it.
Yeah,
once for
this
everything.
yeah, once for everything.
That's an 8 in the window. That's 3 8s for Chander on the reader.
Who knows? One time.
That's
Wow.
That's all Chander.
We do have a flush draw for
Flush draw for-
Alejandro though.
That's
Oh
that's
my
quads for
gosh, he
Chander.
makes quads.
Mama said no.
Unreal. Unreal.
Who needs the tournament?
Who needs Chander's right? Who needs the tournament?
We got flights tomorrow.
we
You're running this hot.
2,800, the same thing. That was
$600 buy-in from Chander turned into $10,451. Nice hand, Chander. Alejandro does win the side pot.
they want to get an extra $5 for everyone.
What a
Paired board's supposed to be 3 of a kind on the board. Supposed to be good for me.
Aces, yeah.
yeah 3 of a kind. When you have aces in the runouts, king 8 8, and you have a king in your hand, aces is supposed to be pretty ahead most of the time.
Wow. What a pot.
That's the pot of the evening, and we still have time left.
I mean, it's only 8 o'clock. We still have two more hours. We're only halfway there.
Chander's up 9.1k. He's been sitting in the seat for 4 hands or something like that.
Unbelievable.
Shooter down 8, Alejandro down 6, Alan down 6. I mean, this
This is wild.
action.
I was able to plug in those like pure odds. Aces was 29.18. The shooter's hand, the king queen of diamonds, was 15.46. Chander's hand was 22.04, and the queen with the jacks was 28.24. So
he gained all the equity because of the dead cards.
Because
So
of the
him and
dead
aces were
cards.
close, but I mean I still like the rundown.
yeah, and I mean you're still basically even odds.
Yeah,
on
even
your
odds
way
on
to
your
go.
money.
Yeah.
That's me. What a hand.
Ooh.
And that's something that people like about PLO that you can't do in Hold'em, because it's very hard to get your equity, your money's worth doing that in that type of situation where three players are all in, and then you go all in with like 9-8 suited. You're still only like 18% equity versus 3 or 4 other all-ins.
Right. But when you have that hand type in PLO,
It's much
those 4
different.
cards, yeah.
Giving you that extra 10% equity matters so much more, because then when people start going bananas, like it's not unreasonable for 2 people to end up with aces.
Right. Absolutely. You see that quite a bit.
9s are hot.
9s are hot.
Little cards are hot.
Middle cards.
Chander's still taking time to stack up his mountain.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while. Get him a rack. Put him straight in the rack. Get some purples out here.
I don't like the purples.
What do you like? You're so
The yellows.
picky. Only yellows? Okay. Alright.
I like all the other chips actually. The whites, the reds, the blacks, the greens. The
Well, what's
yellow's
wrong with
good.
purple?
I like the color. I don't like that they're not oversized
Okay, that's fair.
because it becomes very easy to overlook them. I think the color's good.
Yeah.
I think the color came out nice. I think the overall look is good. It's them not being oversized just makes them very easy for someone to miss.
Right. Or a brighter, like if they were like a brighter purple, like
Yeah.
way more contrast. Okay.
They look good. Don't get me wrong. They look good. The only chips we have that look bad are the 5Ks. Those are atrocious.
The new tournament chipset is
Oh
fantastic.
my god. Our 25Ks are cotton candy colored.
They're beautiful.
They're so bright, and the contrast hurts my eyes because the room is so dark.
Oh, see, I love it. Like the chips look like a summer vacation. Like they even like the sort of striations on the side is like little waves. They're so cute.
They're,
The thousands are like surfboards.
they're something. I don't think they're particularly bad, but it's gonna take a second to get used to.
Fair enough. At the end of the day, who cares what the chips look like, right? You just want all of
Just
them.
want all of them, yeah. Another pot brewing.
Did you haven't stacked your chips yet?
These guys must have drank their Red Bulls before they got onto the stream. They have been active.
Nothing but action. Catman thinking if he wants
And I don't know that this is coming home with me
to
still.
put more money in.
Still don't know that.
Catman said the magic word pot.
This guy.
Potato.
Yeah, Ronnie. See, Ronnie knows. The Browns are
Those are disgusting.
there. You want to be happy you have a 5K chip, not disgusted.
You guys are too hard on the brown chips, I think.
I don't think so. I think Shooter's gonna get all of his money in. Will may decide to gamble too.
I wish I would have short by it, because I knew I was gonna get it in the next hand no matter what. So I was like,
Yeah, Shooter's in there. Will's in there.
Oh, we're gambling.
Yeah,
now. We're gambling.
we're 2 hours in and we've reached that point of the stream.
Weird.
We know this is, but we know this is what y'all come here to watch.
but if you want, I don't care. If you want to put it in, we can go on.
Look at that, Queen Jack 10-7, 51% equity.
And these guys are gambling hard. One time, I think, heard.
Yeah. Makes it easier for the dealer. Keep that in mind, chat.
Hey, I don't mind working, but y'all do what you gotta do. It's a lot of money in the middle.
I'm gonna turn quads.
I'm gonna turn. What? Oh, they're still heads up. They're not even all in. Will just called. And what a flop. Just a complete wrap.
Destroys it. Absolutely obliterates it.
And Catman with a pair has to call. A pair and open end. They're gonna go once. Will an 82% favorite. That's a chop now. They're gonna chop it up.
Both flush draws.
Look at
Both flush draws on
look at that. Look at that turn for Will, free rolling for the whole pot.
And poor Drake had the kings and two pair on the flop.
Yeah, and couldn't dodge it.
The sexiest fucking.
Shooter misses another board. Now 8K in the hole. Chandra up 9.
Catman up.
After the monster. Catman, yeah, 6.4 also.
Snake up just a little bit. He was up about 6 earlier. Now chipping down a little bit. I mean, the way these guys are playing, these numbers are gonna shift.
From 6 to queen with double plus.
And what a hand for Will, knowing you're free rolling. I don't choose the chips, Ronnie. I wish I did. I would have.
What color would you replace the brown with if you got the pick?
I like the idea
Well, I don't know,
of
so we would jam
cranberries or flags. Like flags for 25Ks, but we don't have 25s. We just have cranberries for five. Those colors are adopted by a lot of the Vegas casinos.
Cranberry, so like red, but like a dark,
Really,
dark red.
really deep red. Yeah, not bright red, but deep red. But they're oversized. I did like the idea. We were talking. TCH should have made Texas shaped big chips.
That would.
They missed a great opportunity to do that.
Oh wow, that would have been sick.
I think it would be cool. If the Browns had been Texas shaped, I think it would make them look less disgusting.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Now
Yeah,
they're just
because
like,
they'd be awesome. They'd just be Texas shaped chips, and you'd be like, yeah, this is great.
yeah, look like sepia tone Texas chips. Yeah, that'd be sick.
4 out 3 rolls.
You gotta roll.
Well, if we can't do all that, even if we can't do Texas shape, but like I think like a hot pink would be cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
Must have had 9-8.
No, see, we need Texas shaped chips, Ronnie. That's what we need. Yeah. Oh, flags are 5s. That's right. Cranberries are 25. I don't know. I've never had a cranberry, so.
I'm not a big fan of the flags or like the plaque chips. I don't think it's.
Yeah, he's still stacking that pot.
I don't know. I just feel
I
like
bet
it's
reverse.
unnecessary.
3.
I don't even think we have 25Ks. To be honest, I don't know if we need them.
I mean, we've had
Big
big
games.
buy-ins. Yeah, we've
but-
had big buy-ins in
And
games.
we've had big
before.
games and big buy-ins, but you'd have to have a lot of money on the table to have a need for 25K chips. I mean, you need people to have, $500,000 stacks. I don't know. What about plaques? Do you like plaques?
No, I don't.
I feel like people really love or hate plaques.
I feel like the whole physical appeal to chips is like being able to manipulate them in your hand, and like having a giant clunky plaque is like not it.
Yeah.
I think I had a better flop. Did you hear that?
Choppy,
Chandler
choppy.
did not have a better flop. Catman had king high spades to go with his and a straight flush draw.
To be a spades. You have the dry guy.
Oh, you're kidding. Yeah, spades. Yeah. Okay, yours look a little better.
Guess Chandler's not going to play in the tournament.
No, I wouldn't if I was running so hot. When you can play all weekend, I would.
Yeah, we have plenty of flights,
Yeah, I would stick to this right now.
He's already secured probably something like 10th or 11th place's money.
The hand would have been more
Yeah,
fun if
yeah, exactly.
No biggie.
The hand would have been more fun if we played it flop, turn, river. We still would have got it in on turn.
The only problem with Texas-shaped chips, and when we were talking about this, is you can't shuffle them. that's not a shape that you can chip shuffle.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, you get small change, like get you some small change to shuffle.
Okay, great. What do I have? And this one
Give
is
me a hug. Excuse me, you're in my way.
It could happen. It happened.
I was. Leo? How are you?
Good.
Okay, I'll come on.
Wonder.
This wasn't me, it's okay. They have unlimited rebuys, that's it for me. Hey, how are you? How's that going?
Jess in here.
Saying hi.
Poor Jess.
Talk about it later.
Must have not quite got it going in the tournament today. I'm sure we'll see her back.
Alejandro really getting in there with 4 spades in his hand. Chandler in the mix with, I guess he's trying to make an 8 low or something. I don't know.
I mean, he's just running. That's a heat check.
That's a real thing. Heat checking. Catman, King 6 the best. Probably just gonna take it here. Don't imagine anyone getting super sticky. Alejandro getting a little out of line with a lot of his spades.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you do have Broadway Rundown, you can start playing around, and I think he was in the straddle maybe, so
Yeah.
it's kind of flat called a bet, looking for straight.
Put 2/3 of the stack in and fold. I mean, correctly folded, but
Trying to rep the 6 to the 6, it didn't work.
shooter taking a short break. Sometimes you just need that while you're getting dusted at the table. You need that little breather before you get back in there.
Yeah, really unfortunate run of cards. Just hasn't connected or got turned or rivered.
Aces, but that's me. Really hoping that these people who've been bumping up the action are gonna keep bumping it up. And Alejandro obliges. Bumps it up. Jambros out of there, Catman out of there. Alan might give a little bit of action, but that's me.
They're gonna start flying in from New York soon. They're gonna say, "Oh my God, easy money from Houston."
Showder can win.
And this fool can win. Am I the candy man here too?
He should be.
Mono bass.
4 mixes, 315.
The candy man.
Is this a? I think this is a min raise. Yeah, this is a min raise. Oh, he min raised to induce, I think. So if yeah, Alejandro's gonna get it in. Alan can't call because that's me. Can the pots reopen? Yeah, but they're just gonna get it in.
In a row, 9, 10, jack queen, and then this one was.
Good awareness of the
Yeah,
stack sizes there.
They were all 4.
knew what he was doing. Planned it really well. It didn't matter anyways. Money, all the money got in.
1 second.
The only thing the last time I saw it was my money in 3 flop with 9 high.
My phone picking up some
I said I had 8 strikers.
AI stuff. I guess I pressed the button.
I think so. We were making a
Deposit
deposit.
at the bank.
Kind of are. The players are. Somebody's going to be making a deposit after the stream.
Yeah, they bailed me out. I didn't even take my hands out of 2 8s.
Getting the pot right.
Was it like king on there so I could still pocket ace?
Ace is in great shape holding a jack.
Are you thinking that this mystery card is like maybe the Ace of Hearts, King of Diamonds, something like
I
that?
imagine something like that. Ace, king, or queen of
Yeah.
diamonds.
Guys, Paul is with the other. Is 20 minutes away, so we're saving this. Okay. Yeah, he's not sending.
Paul G on the way. Played the stream for the first time last week.
The rest of the time he's in pretty full.
Always good to have players come back.
Lawyer Paul.
Yeah, said he had a good time, and
More action.
I think he will fit in very well on this table.
They're going once. It's a good flop for Alan. It's a good turn for that's me. Trip 9's not going to take it. The spades.
No, just twice. Flop twice. So flop and then twice.
Oh, they're going flop twice.
One flop twice, okay.
So it's top board going to that's me. He's looking for a spade or an ace.
Always nice to guarantee the top board.
Yeah. Yeah, he did have king. We were right. It's the king of hearts.
King of Hearts, yeah.
It,
Or the King of Clubs, yeah, the King of Hearts was the one we knew. but-
yeah, we knew it was either another king or the queen of diamonds or the ace of diamonds.
Mm-hmm. Had to be.
sweat for the whole pot.
3. Full house.
Alan, and that's me gonna chop up Alejandro's money.
Another player who's picked up some high quality hands. You know, has gambled a little bit, but nothing like too crazy considering the nature of the game, and just hasn't really, unfortunately, gotten anything back.
That was just frustration playing.
No, I'm just saying, you got a 9 and you have
I'm watching y'all
spades.
shut all this fucking money down. I'm like,
He's blocking one of your jacks, though.
Get barrels on 28.
Ronnie, if you hate flop twice, you better not get all your money in PLO 5.
Oh, that's what you're supposed to do.
In PLO 5, you can't run it twice.
Oh, you can't. You can't run 2 full boards.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to do flop twice if you want to do.
And most of the time they just run, and because of that, most of the people just run it once.
Max Payne, those are some savages. The PLO 5 players.
Actually, you may not even have enough to. I think you can only run it once, actually. Wait, what game
Well, I
was
think
it?
a lot of people play that game 7-handed also.
Yeah.
So you just
If
kind of
you're-
cut the number of players down at the table.
I know if you're, yeah, because if you're 7-handed, you can't play it 9. You can't play it 9-handed. So it's 8-handed. Yeah, you can flop twice. That's it.
Right. Well, I
Because
think
an
you
8,
can play
that's
the
40.
game exactly
That's
9-handed.
40 plus. You can,
You can play 9-handed if you don't leave a card on the stub.
yeah, if you play 8-handed,
Man, look how much real
you
estate
can't.
we got over here.
You can only
Tell him to bring yellow.
go flop twice.
Yellow and whatever the final is. 5, they're doing 25.
Afraid it's gonna start coming in.
Either way, I don't think you'd like that. There's another game they were playing where
Property line put up.
I think it was one of the draw or the mixed games, but now I don't remember.
Where they have how many cards? Where they have.
I don't know. Either way, there's a lot of weird games out there. We have a bomb pot.
Okay.
I mean, Ronnie flop twice is a Houston thing. It's almost it's basically something that people come from all over the country and they've never heard of flop twice.
Never heard of it. I've learned as a dealer here in Houston, when I know that there's a series of people coming in from out of town, to try to inform them or be very specific about what other players will probably mean when they say run twice.
Rockets will with the stone cold nuts on the top. Anyone have spades for the bottom? Snake may have spades.
That's me has babies. 6-4 spades.
Jambros has 10 high spades and 2 pair. Alan has 3s full of 7s, so it looks like Alan and will be chopping this. Alejandro in there with clubs on one board, trips on the other board. And Rivers, Ambrose, or River. Wait, did we have a card misread? Because it read that Will had king, queen, and I don't think Will folded. Oh, he did. I guess. I don't know. I guess we had a card misread error. Because. But this looks like a scooper. Queen. Yeah.
Trays full of 9s. What do you guys have on top?
Queen
So far,
9.
queens, kings and queens with a 9.
It's an interesting scooper. Had to have had a card misread error.
Yeah.
Or
either-
Will wasn't at the table when the bet happened.
I don't think he was at the table, maybe.
Because that happens too.
He had 3 full of 9s.
Trays full of 9s.
Everybody was talking about having to post in the bomb pot no matter what, so maybe they just posted them and dealt them in.
Just didn't make it back to his seat in time.
One time I was dealt 4 of a kind. I think I had.
Thank you, Tannen. Glad to see you in the chat. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us tonight for this 13615 PLO game.
Live 15. Are we doing live 30? Live 15
Oh.
from C1, live 30 from C1.
I guess based on what Joe said, the 30 is live. It's not a blind raise. They're just allowing it to be live. I think the discussion when they were discussing it earlier was why they should allow it to be live. Since it's going to be raised anyways, just let it be live. More action, more straddles, more action.
Whatever they want to do.
See if eights did well for Chandler. Let's see if eights can do well for him again.
9 calls 30.
We had a bunch of limps around.
Six players.
Check.
Yeah, a lot of places don't like doing that. I know we do that.
9 calls 175. 1 fold.
But Tongue, when we were talking about it earlier, we were talking about PLO 5 when you have 5 cards.
Mm-hmm.
5 calls 175.
Queens. We have Queen 5 or a set of queens. No one has a straight. I don't know what Will is doing in the hand with the Jack 9 7 6. Oh, I guess he has a gut shot to the 4. See if he's gonna bluff at this.
No, I was playing with my chick. I saw you tap the table and I announced it. I don't care.
This,
Whatever you guys say.
what they're going through, players, please be careful with what you do at the table. Poker is a very visual game. So there are lots of things that look like checks to the dealers that you may not think is a check, but we see people use as checks.
Yes, it's an extremely visual game for
So-
us as well.
So make sure that when you're checking or you're fidgeting with your stuff, that you're not making any tapping motion.
Called the 175 with a gutter.
I had Queen 5.
I do score.
Yeah, I apologize. You tapped the table. I didn't. I was thinking about it.
Because a lot of, like, if you're fidgeting with a chip in your hand and you're just tapping on the table, that looks like a check. That's a pretty common motion for a check that we get.
Yes, yeah, I've also had people like kind of move their cards too much in a sideways
Yeah.
motion, like repeatedly, and if you're like, do it a little bit, you know, but if it becomes a repetitive motion, then it starts to look like a check.
No, it's a wrap.
He got me. I got you. Live 15 for C1.
I got land.
You got one. I got
I got those lamb rifles. This wasn't all that good. It was alright. Their beef tenderloin sandwich though was really, really good.
I feel like they're talking about our neighbor Mezza Grill, one of the great places nearby that helps keep our players fed. Really, really excellent Mediterranean food in this area.
9 calls 90. 1 fold.
Chander with their very beautiful King, Queen, Jack 10 double suited.
5 calls 90.
Love this hand.
He is very dangerous with the rundown.
4 players.
And what a beautiful flop for the Queen. King, Queen, Jack 10 double suited.
4 checks. 5 checks.
Chander gonna bet this when it checks to him. Top 2 pair, open-ended. Backdoor hearts. Well worth a bet here. No one really with much, unless Jambros has has diamonds.
380 in the middle.
I imagine that's what he will wager.
Pop.
It's not close.
6 bets 3.
He does.
9 folded.
It's fun when you get to say it and take it down.
That's probably people's favorite parts about the game is saying pot.
King rundown? Wow.
Shows the monster to the people.
anyway. The 4 in a row hands.
Pretty good flop for that hand, too.
Yeah, what else can you ask for,
I
really?
had backdoor hearts. I had 2 hearts. I had 2 hearts. I had 1 heart there. I didn't have diamonds.
If he had diamonds, that would have been.
Yeah, I guess that's the one thing you could ask for. I tend not to be greedy, though.
Will's turn with King, Queen, Jack 10. Just not double suited, single suited.
Still beautiful.
Chander gonna get in there with the King 744. Bros, Jam Bros in there with the rundown. 9 high rundown. Alan gonna get in there. Snake gonna get in there. These hands could overlap, except no one really flops much of anything. Chander with the 2 blockers. Bro's just gonna open pot it.
Yeah,
with-
he's in the
with a gutter.
neighborhood. Yeah, I mean, he touches the 5, so I guess he's hoping for a pivot card that'll give him
It'd be kind of disgusting if Chander takes this gut shot and pots it back with his. He's gonna make the call. Has the best hand. Actually has a hammerlock. Naked 4 is the best hand. Let's see if Jambros is gonna bet this. I imagine when it checks to him. Jambro's just bluffing into it. By it, I mean a pair of 4s. It's going to be really hard for Chander to continue. This would be a disgusting bluff if he says all in. Because I don't imagine you have much fold equity here.
I think he could definitely make that play, or would strongly consider it if he had ripped a spade. Like, I definitely think that's in his repertoire. It's a little bit tough against Jambros. Very savvy and experienced player.
Makes the fold. I wonder if he's going to show the 9 high. He does. I feel like when you get a bluff through on that board with 9 high, you got to show it. And it feels really bad because naked 4s was just way the best hand. And if Chandra had made a move on the flop, he would have just taken it down there.
Yeah, like you're talking about the PLO blockers. I mean, it's hard to have a straight.
You have 2 4s. What are you betting with?
It's like this motherfucker doesn't have a straight. I got this like.
I had pocket 4s, so I didn't think you could have a straight. But that's all I'm playing at that point. Is pocket 4s.
530 C5.
But I didn't think you could have a straight with me at the field. But like I said,
Chandra having to
4, so even if you bluff with a
arch over a wall of chips to look at his cards there.
I see this all the time. At what point do you color up?
first act, I think
chips, or do you
Until
just-
it's absolutely necessary, like until I just can't.
You can't deal with it, so you just let the mountain build until it becomes an obstacle for everybody.
Yeah, until it just becomes unreasonable.
I wasn't gonna call it after Potter.
And based on my experience, if I ever do feel like that, I should just get up. Like, I should just not color up. I should just get up, because you usually end up giving a few of them back before you go.
We got a little bit of a collision here. We have top set versus top 2 pair plus some gutters. Catman blocking bottom set. It all checks to him. So many straightening cards. I imagine he's just going to bet it here, yeah. We can call a check raise, play some turns. Alan's just going to go with it. Just picked a poor time
Twice on?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Yeah. Twice.
They're gonna go twice. Top set for Catman. Alan looking for a 9.
Yeah, last hand. Always a hand late.
And that's Jack's full.
Is that a jack?
Alan just drawing dead. That's a scooper. No 8 on the flop. It looks like it was a 6, not an 8 of spades, but no different. Alan was great having him on stream. Sorry it didn't work out for him. Hope we can have him back again. Catman picks up another one. Catman and Chander up. Catman up almost 10K. Chander up 9. We got one empty seat. I believe we have one seat reserved for a player on their way.
Progress it?
Yep.
Okay, that's now I'm 15.
Oh, pause here. Hey, let's fucking go.
There
2-6 now.
he is.
Shunder's on a mission.
Yeah, he's on the
Take every chip on the table.
Get barrels on 28, please.
That's fine.
530 for seat
Because one of us is gonna raise. But
I don't know.
9 folds.
if he raises up, we're gonna.
I don't know what you expect, Ronnie. Watching poker would.
1 folds.
Watching poker making you want to play more poker.
4 folds, 5 folds.
Downswings happen, Ronnie. It's a real part of the game.
Told you to be live.
You know it as well as any other player. It's a big game picture. Big picture game. Yeah, that's what I meant. Chander gonna bump it up with kings and jacks. Alejandro coming along. Catman gonna come along. Actually, Catman folding. Surprised to see that. That's me out of there. Heads up. No one with a 9. Kings and jacks best.
Heads up. Six bets, 300.
Another free show?
More pairs?
I got 3 pairs.
I turn both.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
2 over.
I guess I don't have to be a free show, just let everyone can just go look at the stream and see what all the hands are. A few minutes later. How much of a delay is it?
15.
Yeah, that's not much.
15 minutes?
Small delay.
I wonder if you saw that.
Just a 15-minute delay for the stream.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that's not too much. Like normally, you never know. You get the hair on the stream.
Oh, 30 is strong.
Ronnie, I didn't have that much money at 20, so if it makes you feel any better, at least you had that much money when you're 20 to lose.
9. You already folded. 9 and 2 folded. 4 calls 30. 5 folds. 6 calls 30. 7 raises to 8.
Chander with 3 queens now. Looking for the 4th queen. Catman with aces.
Raises to 300. 4 folds.
I don't even think I had seen 4 digits in my bank account when I was 20, Ronnie.
Yeah, it's fine. I didn't play that.
I feel like Alejandro's going to make this call. They're going to go heads up. Spades would be a disaster
300 heads up.
for Alejandro. Look for that last 9. Top set for Catman.
Huh?
Catman shows his top set.
Queen, queen, queen. 3 queens.
Live team proceeding.
That's 30%. Queen, queen, jack. Second pair.
Live plays 1, 3, 6, 15, 30.
Bad one for you. You can make money off. But
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Paul, what did you buy it for? 2,000 for C3.
That's when you need. That's when the upswings matter the most. Is when the big downswing hits right after. Paul back again. Glad to see him. In for 2.
2 folds, 3 calls 30, 4 folds, 5 raises to 150. 6 calls 150.
Will's in there. Chandra's in there. Catman's out of there.
What is it? 150 total. 9 calls 150. 3 calls 150. 4 players.
Middle set for Will. What looks like top pair, top kicker, and some draws for Chandra. Middle set just going to lead out here.
5 bets, 350.
Chandra's still interested.
6 calls 350.
Just calls. If this is a 10, it makes sense. If this is a king, it makes sense. If this is a queen, it makes sense. We got a big pot brewing. Jambros is not in there with the Jack 875.
5 goes all in.
Paul rips it with a mystery hand.
There's a lot of chips in the middle.
Yeah, Rockets will. Now, if Chandra has a 10, this makes this very interesting. Not knowing what he has.
I can definitely see why Will is in the middle here.
Yeah, just fold. Jambros had already folded.
2 times, running twice, 3 calls. Whenever you're ready.
Got the queens? No trouble.
It sounds like Paul has queens. Because Will said I'm in trouble.
Well, I get the 3 too.
Oh, queen 9-3. That makes sense.
Trade hearts and a spades. Got 79 on
Paul, unfortunately, getting stacked in his very first hand.
I'm supposed to chop it. I thought he had the rock, but he has the mirror, which is.
Well,
We all know Paul has no fear. Just gonna buy back in, keep battling.
yeah, absolutely. I too have a propensity for somehow getting all in on my first hand as well. Sometimes it works out. Sometimes it doesn't.
No, not you.
Plenty of time to recover. Over an hour left in the stream.
Once again, thank you everybody for joining us tonight for this 13615 PLO stream here at TCH Houston.
No, because some of those are my chips. I was going back. They were mine.
those were his, transited.
You have the 30
Nick, are you putting 30 or no? You made it 60 earlier? I looked at a 10 clubs and I put in 200. He makes it like 600 in all. He's better than me. I look down at aces. Ace, ace, 9, 10.
We are going to be getting some more PLO tomorrow.
I got ace, ace, king, 10.
Streaming the final table of our tournament, or it will be tomorrow. We will be here covering it for you tomorrow and bringing it to you sometime in the near future.
Like his first hand here, too. It's like-
Snake with the Jack 10-10-9.
No, you've already got it.
A tournament you'll always be pretty reasonably happy to look at in PLO.
So cute. Love it.
I hope they stream our final table
You made me sit
tomorrow,
out 2 hands. I had to wait. I got shit.
but I hope it's not too late as well.
That would be great. I mean, it's it's always more exciting when it's purely live, no spoilers. Even if you do see it on Facebook, it is interesting to split the hands and see how we got to where we got. But really depends on the number of entries that we get. I think PLO tournaments you can play really well short. 15, 10 blinds in PLO tournaments has just a lot of play. So.
5 players.
I don't touch a pre-flop on the flop yet.
It's a pretty big flop for Chandra. 2 pair, open-ended.
1, 3, 6, and then just auto shot of 3 cards everyone.
No one with, well, actually, Alejandro has big spades. Just checks it. I think it's clubs though. Yeah, clubs. Trip clubs now and nut flush.
7 bets, 200.
Paul, I mean, this is an action turn. Paul and Alejandro with trips. Rockets Will with the nut flush.
3 calls. 5 calls. 6 calls.
I'm gonna get looked up by both players.
Yeah, all the queens out.
No one with the jack. So
7 bets. 3 checks. 5
it looks like clubs will scoop this. Will hoping he doesn't get raised. Going for value versus ace queen. Yeah, it just folds. Paul just folds.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You can't leave.
I told you up front
I
an
know.
hour, but I don't know that I want to leave. You're talking about I can't leave. I know I
You're
can't.
not
I
allowed to
don't know
leave.
if I want to leave.
You can't leave. Running too hot.
I can lose this or I can double it.
You got a splash pot if you leave.
Mike, what are you buying?
Just 600 or something. Nothing big.
The good thing is I said, I'm going to play for how you want it. Because you would have said, no. We have other people. No, they're going to play all night, all street. No. You would, yeah, come on in. Come on.
Will trying to make sure that if Chandra does go to the tournament, he leaves a little piece behind.
Chandra's already given a little bit back. He's given it about two and a half back.
Every hit and run's precursor.
I mean, when you're up 10, and you can splash around whatever you want.
Yeah,
Give a little bit
absolutely.
back.
And I mean, and he did. He's been picking up the rundowns. He just hasn't been making quads.
I mean, he made quads when he had no more actions left to make in the hand. So that's when you want to make quads.
5 raises to 100.
Will picking up some momentum.
7 and 8.
Yeah, another
9 folds.
straight opportunity around the queen.
Michael, welcome to the game. Taking the seat 2.
4 calls 100. 4 plays.
Always a pleasure at the table. I know he's been on stream a couple of times.
Murderous.
2 checks, 3 checks. 4
Pretty good flop for the King Jack 10, 9.
What's the buy-in for the turn?
5 bets, 3 fifths.
I'm looking at recovering from Tuesday.
2 faults. 3
You'll get there.
No, I'm saying then I don't have to worry about the proposals.
Everyone folds. Shows the 9.
Long story on that. It was just flop set of 9 ago. So.
Thank you very much. Appreciate
I told you, ideally they would
it. Live stream. Thanks again. Live
some
stream.
other day, whatever, where but now that I'm here, it's hard to go. Be patient. I'm gonna be short stacked, right? Because they've been playing. People have triple stacks. So I have to be aggressive. People are buying in for 600.
Catman, Chandra, Will, the big winners so far this stream. 6.2 for Will, 8.1 for Chandra. Catman up 10.
That's what you'd be doing. You like.
Oh yes.
Alejandro throwing the party. All throwing a small party.
Yeah, shooter, I think, was down 10K or 8. It was 8.
Yeah, 8.
Keep sticking it all in.
Chandra with a nice
About
pocket.
Jurassic Park movie.
It's a 9.
Every Jurassic Park's been pretty good.
This suit is covered by Alejandro though with the ace high hearts.
But like they could do
No
so
one
much in movies
really
nowadays.
connecting with this flop. I believe it was King 5 Deuce, Rainbow.
You have to
Even
be
in
able to watch
even in PLO, it's going to be one of the driest flops.
Then yeah, you gotta take more. Of
Snake just potting it, open potting it with a gut shot.
There haven't been any good movies really.
Recognizes how hard it is for
Watching at my house.
anyone to really nail this flop.
Under just not a believer. Calls. Alejandro raises and Snake calls. Chandra's out of there. These guys are playing some street poker because they are battling.
What did we say about dry? What is this?
If there's an ace on the turn,
Did we get that Spencer guy from last
no, there's a queen on the turn. So Snake picks up the best hand. The river's an 8. Snake has middle pair top kicker for or second pair top kicker for the best hand. Alejandro just blasting out.
He was getting on balls every last night.
Snake lets go of the best hand.
He was sitting in between me and
That's
Paul.
some street poker for y'all.
Everything, you know, I can hear too.
Street PLO.
Annoyance radiating.
Live 15 from C3, live 30 from C4.
Definitely picking up some moves from these guys.
I don't know. I kind of don't like doing the airball bluffs, but sometimes you got to go for it.
We are fighting. We're battling here.
Paul, can you rescan? Rescan. We're good now. Five and 6 fold. Seven raises to 90. 8 calls 9 folds.
Catman comes back, looks at his cards, or doesn't look at his cards and calls the raise.
Probably did not look.
It's 50-50 on that.
Guys, everybody that's in the hand, can you rescan your cards?
Rescan. You. Catman.
You good now?
Oh my gosh, he's playing that.
Have a little card misread error.
Did you already see his hand now? No.
Sometimes.
Jammer's folding the ace, king, jack, jack. Kind of shocked to see that.
Could have been deuces.
Yeah, I mean, considering the hands that we've seen played.
Yeah, that seems like a premium one. 10-4 flopping top 2 pair. Don't get to say that very often. Gonna bet the max. Has backdoor diamonds.
Rainbow.
What did he say?
Never go blind.
I know he didn't.
Never call mine, never waste mine. I never give
I think Ambrose would pop blind.
No, Ambers is the best. If he does, he learned that from me.
If you're looking to, double up, bottom blind, you hope that it hits. You never know when you turn quads.
Take him out.
Live 30 from C5.
Every hand that's double suited just looks so much better. It doesn't make it better, but like the 10-4, 4 deuce double suited, it just looks better.
I feel like I liken it to, especially in a tournament when you're looking at that ace jack or that ace 10, you should fold,
I'm trying to raise all
but it's suited. It's that much harder.
I don't think they know. I know that.
Y'all just gotta keep me
Michael with double suited kings just calling.
210.
You guys just give me stuff. That's kind of the easy part. Somehow.
I think he's played with a lot of players at the table and knows that a repot,
Is normally.
yeah,
Yeah.
does not mean what it could mean.
Paul betting his rep. Alejandro with the same inside straight draw.
Alejandro now catching the 10 high redraw. Or I guess he could hit the jack. It would technically get him all the way. He's able to bet and take it.
Not a bad turn. Not a bad turn at all. We will be saying goodbye to That's Me, it looks like. Glad to have him on stream.
Always nice to see a new player.
Hope he
had a
comes.
good time. Yeah, hope he comes
Hope
back.
he comes back. I mean, even if I lost in this game, I would want to come back.
I mean, it's been absolutely fantastic so far.
It's mixed material. Sure. What's that? Is that what it? No. Oh,
I didn't see my name as.
Wondering if there's any other players in the room that might want to fill in that seat. I'm sure there are.
If any of y'all want to come play, feel free. And don't think that if you don't make it on the stream, you won't make it on the game.
That's what I was asking. I thought they put that in, but that's what I was asking.
This game will continue well on into the wee hours of the evening, perhaps in the morning.
A little anomalous.
Usually does.
So I was looking for it. And I didn't
Unless the one caveat we do have, again, our main event, the first flight started today. I think late registration is all the way until 9:45, so I don't know if we're going to lose any players at the end. Chandra's sticking with us for a little bit longer. Been running too hot.
Chandra's going nowhere.
They play together. They got a device. Send the connection to him.
I wouldn't even know where to look this up.
That's why he's winning now.
And we've seen lots of creative stream names, Ronnie.
3 players. FBI. Has to be.
Had to be.
Have to. 3 checks.
2 mystery hands versus a pair and a gut shot.
6 bets.
Never mind. Fixed to nothing. Yeah, still a pair and a gut shot, just different.
Yeah.
A little different, differently arranged.
Exactly.
Mystery hand bets. Don't think.
Good flop.
Chandra shows us a couple of them. He has the spades.
I think it's
looks
ace
like.
king of spades. So
Yeah.
I mean, this is a pretty good flop for the ace king of spades.
Exactly what you're looking for. Chipping back up a little bit, not having to put the whole stack in.
He's gonna look and then put the dead on it.
As crazy as this game is playing, it still take a couple bets to put $10,000 in the middle.
Yeah, this is technically 136.
136, the $15 straddle. So
They're dead. Put in 7,000.
the first open is to 75.
Couldn't believe it. I never seen 0% on that.
$10,000 is a lot of dollars to put in.
It goes 1,500 call. He sits there and he jams.
We can
for
get there
7,000.
though.
We can definitely get there. We've gotten pretty close already. I think the big pot that Chandra won ended up at 8-6.
No,
8-4?
no 10. He won. It was over 10.
It was over 10? Oh, wow.
6 calls 75.
4 away for like
I only made it
2600 for
75,
her.
so you wouldn't fold.
Yeah,
I
that'll
was gonna make
do
it
it.
more. I was like,
It'll
no,
definitely do it.
I don't want him to fold. Let's make it really
A lot of
low.
hands
Look at
with
he
middle
folded.
cards here, kind of stepping on each other. Rockets will looking for a jack. Jack in both Chandra and Alejandro's hands. Oh, I was just about to point out Michael's hand.
We got a mirror now. All spades though.
If he finds a bet here on the button, he'll probably be able to take it down.
He does, and I think this is going to be good enough. Nice little pickup. As we will probably get another bomb pot. I know sometimes they've been voting on no bomb pot, but I think some of the players do want it. I feel like
I like that the guy that started in the one suit.
I mean, Rebel, I honestly, they were supposed to contact you. I think
He don't talk much.
something had happened.
Yeah, there were some internal changes, I think, going on where we will have a new director for TCH Live at large. So,
Some changes are going. I know they're trying to make some changes.
so definitely still a consideration. Just gotta grow with us. We're trying to grow the stream, bring you new games, new action, new players. Really showcase everything that at least our Houston, West Hammer location has to offer. And, you know, TCH at large, Dallas, Austin, they put up on great shows, big Hold'em games in Dallas consistently. So,
Would like to keep expanding the brand.
50K. You know, he buys it on the PLO, but told him he didn't matter. He gets in the big
yeah, and I
hand,
think
he's
it
just
works. I
going
think
in
there's a
blind.
reason why you see us having more PLO consistently in the room.
And this guy,
People
like,
are
goes all in.
finding out that, hey, you can come by here. There's a fantastic game to play.
But not really. Goes on for 200.
A lot of players and a lot of action, and so
He's got 7-8. The guy's got
we're
king,
continuing to
something
grow
like
and
that.
attract more players.
And then whenever they go, he flops like 2 pair or whatever. Straight
See if
or
we can get
something.
2 bomb pot boards that interact.
And the guy puts the
That can interact.
Yeah,
a break of 10K.
the 5 is the card everybody's looking for here.
Cash plays on the table though. Stop. No. He had 10K in cash right there. and
You
played.
see one in
Jambros
Jambros'
is the
hand.
5.
So he went all in for like the 200. And Randy thought he was only calling 200. Yeah. And he ends up getting 10K. He would have been, if the story would have went the other way, Randy would have been livid.
Some other players pick up interaction on the turn, as is typical in bomb pots.
Instead of he thought he was only getting it all in for 200.
Get a little bit going for them.
He said after that everyone pulling out cash for the table because they thought he knew he had it. He was just
Jambro's not having much on the other board. Now he's open-ended. And the good news is
they didn't get chipped.
he's blocking
Yeah, he didn't know what play.
some stuff. He's got 2 pair on the other board too. Snake raising him with air.
How good do you run, right?
Some straight draws, but mostly air.
He said he got another
Needing those 2 6s, one of those 2 6s Michael just folded. Paul also folding a 6, so
20 or 30K like on 3 holding game. When he walked
gonna
up,
be
everyone had
challenging.
500 tops. It's like, dang, Louisiana's the best. Wow. Games there used to be so good. Like 2007, 8, 9. Hold'em used to be really good when they was Island for free. And they had a boat on the
Yeah,
left.
yeah, I played there. Those games were good.
Well, we do appreciate you tuning in. We like to hear if there's anything constructive that we could do better for sure to make it a more enjoyable experience for
They hit the bad
the
beat.
viewers at home.
The girl hit it and won the big end. She lost the hand and won the big end.
I do think
He got a player
game
share,
wise,
and it was like
we've always had tons of action to provide. So
Dude, I might have been there for that.
gonna keep doing that.
Cole and Didi, remember? Cole's like 6-foot black chick, Kenny and Didi's like skinny little white dude.
I might have been there.
Already be coffee. Little nugget. Back when all the poker was in Louisiana.
Good, talking about the good old days back when you had to drive to play poker if you wanted to play. Not gonna give a face cam, Tannen. You don't want to see us in the dealer booth.
It was nice having underground games during the week.
Michael with aces.
Down at the casino and everyone's there playing.
Chandler really the only one.
Even here now, the games are all spread out.
I'm gonna get some calls around aces in Michael's hands, looking for clubs, and can interact. And that's an ace with clubs. Michael and top 2 pair for top 3 pair for Jambros. I think Michael is gonna get all the chips in the middle.
410.
Yep. All of it's gonna go in there. Top set, no flush draw.
It's the stuff of dreams.
It is.
Michael, you got any blocks?
Yeah, Jambro's just gonna stick it in there. Drawing to running 6s.
I guess you and me dead.
Aces with
Jam-
no bluff. What do you got?
Jam
Jambro. You need to count all your chips.
Help a laugh.
Bro's saying, I guess you have me dead, and he shows aces with nut clubs.
He asked, you got black chips behind? He said, no, after you got more.
Pretty
Queens?
No, aces.
King Eye clubs?
You got aces.
Like, he has 1,000.
Oh, mirror?
You want to go
It's
twice?
the same thing here.
You're gonna go twice.
What are you talking about going twice? You can't do it.
Look.
Running 6
They're gonna go once.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh, so close. Well, good news is y'all definitely would have got it on the
Queen and a 4 hit, right?
He's very lucky that.
Huh?
He's very lucky that that's all Mr. Mike had for now.
Will correct that if
You ain't folding turn.
there was a little bit of slow play and they see a turn, the same result would have happened.
one yellow.
Oh, I just remembered I had the queen.
I think he got like brown.
He's
right
got
there.
10K, bro.
Yeah, like a,
10K brick.
Will,
Cash plays over here.
Will I had that.
Michael's gonna win a nice pot here.
Very nice pickup.
like a brown too right there.
Always feels good to win with aces. The money would have gone in on the turn or the river
Now he got black chips.
if it had just been slow play. It still would have been a cooler, so it's not a huge deal.
Right.
I'll have some after
Give me a
this.
second.
So if y'all don't know, that is actually called the car lot. Top set, no flush draw.
Why is it called that? Do you know why it's called that?
I don't know. I've never heard that
I've
one
never
before.
heard that before.
Any
Yeah.
hand he ever folded. Oh my gosh, I have top set, no flush draw. Top set, no flush draw.
That was coach.
Yeah, this was.
I'm not going to get into what y'all are discussing in the chat.
Like, Coach, if you just never folded, you'd be so rich. You win every hand that you don't play.
You win every hand you don't play.
Get sucked out on every hand you play, and win every hand you fold.
Chance that you see poacher playing?
Snake, are you going to straddle or no? Straddle or no?
Okay. 30 on.
Catman Chandler still the big winners. Will not that far behind them. Snake
I turned it
been
out.
kind of hovering at the same amount for a little bit now.
1%.
Yeah, it was really hot early. Gave a little bit back.
No call.
Jambros is back to where it was at the beginning of the stream. He's been on a little bit of a roller coaster.
It was like, oh, he had one out. Oh, wait, I had a queen. I had queen of hearts, like 9 of hearts, something like that.
we're gonna bump it up with
No, you're
a very interesting Ace Queen Jack Deuce.
What are you doing? Putting it all in there?
Triple suited, not
Catman,
ideal, but 3 broadways.
Catman gonna come along. Jambros is.
Like a bucket of squirt?
Oh, and Snake has kings. Almost all the aces are gone. That's good news for him. Only 1 king gone. So may look for a squeeze spot. He does.
Yeah.
Great squeeze spot for him. Absolutely fantastic squeeze spot for him.
How much?
Don't let Snake get under your skin.
No, bust me, man.
Bust me, man.
I don't bluff either.
600 behind on Steve's.
Jambro's gonna see if he can get there with a low ball. Looking for 4 clubs, probably his dream card.
I like how he left his 167 back. Flops a flush draw and a straight draw. He can't. Oh, he has more behind.
It's not a lot.
All right, so he had like another 1,000, and that makes more sense.
I got 3
I don't see very many people just call and leave $150
Right.
behind.
It's in the middle now, though.
Oh, sounds dead?
Definitely is.
It's a tough board for Snake to call with
It
naked
is.
kings.
See what he wants to do. He mucks it too.
Yes, yes, yes! 5 high flush!
There's a 5 high flush draw shown.
6, 5, 3, 3 or something?
6, 5, 5, 3.
We don't have 3.
Of course, Amber showed it. There's
They won't let us. No rather than but
no reason not to show it there. The 6 high flush draw.
Hay problem.
Huh?
Tiene que hay problema aquí nada.
What are you saying?
He said you got a problem now.
You
Wait,
gotta.
why?
No one bad, you slow
I showed because he asked. I don't even care.
Don't worry.
Dile que pensé que era mi amigo.
We appreciate the love for the stream, though.
Amigo, man.
We're gonna continue trying to bring you the best we
White
can.
flag.
All you heard is amigo.
We're still working on improving stuff.
Nothing else. All you heard is amigo.
You say white flag because he's white?
We appreciate the love for TCH as a room as well. Just in general, I find that as far as variety of games, safety and consistency, it's one of the best rooms.
We're not Michael.
Put the spot music back on.
Service, main game.
Players are thirsty.
Shot time. Catman with double suited queens. Pretty reasonable hand to look at
I'm surprised they waited this long.
for shots.
Yeah.
It's always Michael's in there, Will's in there.
It's gonna be 325.
Michael just flops the stones with 10-6. Bets the full amount.
Ace 10 of clubs again?
I believe you. I believe you.
Put those lights in the back, please. I can't see the rest.
Put
The
those
loop.
whites in the back. I can't see the rest of your stack.
All the choice. How much you buying this game for? 2,000?
Is that accurate? GG Poker bought House 16 Alive? I didn't realize that.
I think so.
He's coming out buying everything. They're
Own
expanding.
it all. Make it a monopoly.
No, you got 2 sevens on there.
Economics 101, I guess.
I think he called. He didn't jam. He called.
No, I got what you think.
Oh, you running on the top?
No, it wasn't a double straddle.
Yeah. I know Will like everybody like it. I love it.
King of Hearts would be really good.
I like it. I love it. I want some more of it.
Call 50.
Good country song, I tried so hard. I can't rise above it.
We have lots of
Don't know what it is.
Well, I mean, everybody's lots of ideas for the stream. I wish we could
So you're scared of snakes.
implement everything.
One call. Two checks.
Love them dead.
Yeah, absolutely. We do appreciate feedback. We want to make it the best that we can.
Who's died?
Sick flop for everybody. If y'all think this is a dry flop and hold 'em, it's usually just as dry of a flop in PLO.
Yeah, I'm struggling to find anything.
Sixes and ace deuce, that's what we got.
Yeah, so everybody check that out.
Alright, everybody ready for this for tonight. Payment time light. Should be starting about a little over 2 minutes. Starting at
Deuce! Eight checks.
Deuce is a very welcome sight. Now we got a bunch of full houses.
Yeah, that actually makes some players think that they might have the best hand here.
We're
so.
betting 30 into 110. We have jacks, sevens, tens, or jacks, sevens, kings. I don't think Catman's going anywhere yet. Nice hand declared.
Only way that I can get value.
Chander raises.
Oh, flush, man. Yep. Yeah. I'm setting up one.
Hop set nut flush draw on the river.
150 call.
Jack's no good.
Too good. You're too good.
Everybody check, 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 check.
God, I wish I would have had sixes. I wish I would have had sixes. I would have clicked back.
No, I thought about the river.
Oh, Deuce is actually.
We have a new director for TCH Live, and they're based out of Austin, I believe. I do not know their name.
I don't know if a final decision has been made yet or not, but
They will be based out of Austin for sure.
whoever it is, we look forward to meeting them and working with them, and we will share some of this good feedback that we've gotten from you guys tonight.
Again. The only way for me to get value is wait for a sucker to bet.
30 and 30 to call.
Don't like LA? Don't like LA poker, or just LA in general?
I feel like LA is one of those cities where it's nice to visit, but it would be tough to live there.
I've only been to LA once.
What did you go for?
Magic tournament.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. I went to LA for a System of a Down concert a couple of years ago.
That's a pretty good one.
Great reason to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fantastic reason to go. And I ended up really getting lucky and kind of staying in like the Armenian neighborhood, like a historically Armenian neighborhood in LA. So
But the food was, yeah.
the food was amazing.
Yeah.
I went to like a Michelin-starred Armenian restaurant. It was absolutely fantastic.
Are you allowed to bet when I thought he has to
Doesn't call for it, you don't need it. That's what Ambrose says.
Will, Paul, and Catman all kind of in the mix to
With
take his
stuff.
pot down. Yeah, they all have stuff and things.
It's the best way to describe it, stuff and things.
Yeah, no immediately great hands, but let's see what the river brings us. A jack gives Jambros the best hand. He decides to lead out.
Top 2 pair. As long as you don't get raised here is going to feel pretty good. You feel like you would have heard from a set immediately. Slow played straight is really the only thing you can think of.
Yeah, just kind of wanting to name his price here. Doesn't want to have to call a bet, but thinks there's a chance he has the best hand with really top 2. So.
You turned a bluff there. I'm like, why didn't you bet the turn?
Bluffing with the best hand. It's been a common theme of the night.
Maybe not. Maybe you turn straight with
Should have paused the turn, but I didn't think Paul was gonna fold. Paul folded before me. I was gonna pot you.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Hindsight's everything.
I was afraid Paul might call the turn and beat me in the river, and then I would bluff was going on.
TH, it sounds like you should come to Texas.
Texas poker's booming. It's done nothing but grow in the past couple of years. It's just going to keep growing.
A few weeks ago, we had a bunch of East Coasters in the chat. We flipped. Now we're talking about the LA side.
BJ, let's go.
Trying to get seat open for VJ.
The man, the myth, the legend.
See if he fills that seat.
I saw him play the craziest hand yesterday. He makes it like board's king 6-4 at a turn. He like bet the flop and a call. Yes, sir. He got.
We have 4, 7, 8,
He bets. This other guy.
9 tables of cash going right now. Strong for a Thursday evening.
This other guy,
Absolutely.
king 4, the dealer.
4 1-2 games, 3 1-3 games, 1-1-3 PLO on the floor, and then this live stream 1-3-6 game going.
He ends up folding the king 4. This guy has 2 6s. He has king deuce 3 9. He hits a 9. Would have stacked him. But they're in it 3 times and they went around the turn. He hit the 9 and then obviously missed the next 2.
Yeah, he would have got 2/3.
Top set for Michael.
Middle set and a not top set blocker for Paul. Clubs for Michael too. I think
9 more.
this is gonna get very nasty very quickly. Michael just calls.
Yeah, I mean, there is a straight already out there. 7-5 is not going to go anywhere.
Michael checks. Don't think he's going anywhere. Still. Cambros is out of there with his gut shot. Michael looking to oh, no, those are greens. I thought he was looking to raise. Straight comes in for Paul.
A few months after the legend shooting, his bark would like trigger my PTSD after the shooting. You were there? Yeah.
It's a very fortunate river for Paul.
Michael.
Had
A little bit of a hand funeral there. Definitely had the best of it.
Look at it, come with 3. Down to a 5.
TH, if you are a tournament player, then I definitely suggest spending some time in Houston, or Texas in general, any of the major cities, anywhere there's a TCH. Um, you know, it may be a little bit different over the next couple of months because we do have the World Series of Poker coming up. But typically, any other time between Houston, Austin, Dallas, and San Antonio, there's a 100K guaranteed tournament in one of those 4 cities every single weekend. So it's just fantastic place to be a tournament player.
They were shooting outside, and half the table leaves, and the guy's tanking, and I'm all in, and I'm like, come on, hurry up.
Oh, great. So you already know.
I'll just put them in the start wheel. Just put them in the start wheel.
Rebel, we've definitely been wanting to see you in person for a while, so we'd love to have you.
Yeah, they got break and then.
Yeah, TH, you're actually ahead of the curve. I know they are talking about something in August. I don't have too many details for exactly what they're planning, but we'll look forward to seeing you then. Just warning you, it is hot in Houston in August, so pack your shorts and your flip-flops.
What is it?
345.
Rockets Will with Pocket Kings here. King High Club draw as well. He's going to 3-bet. Alejandro with an attractive hand. I think good enough to call a 3-bet also. You're a little bit wary. Somehow whenever you have the King High flush, somehow the Ace High is out there. But he's going to see a flop, and Paul's going to come along. He has Ace High Diamonds with the 8-6 and a mystery card. Possibly looking for straights and diamonds here. Could also have an 8 or a 6. Queen, Queen 8 Rainbow is a miss for everyone unless Paul does have a queen as his mystery card. Alejandro probably didn't mind seeing a queen, but only wanted one.
Will picking up clubs. Alejandro with a straight draw and a full house draw. Paul folds the bottom end of the straight draw. Alejandro really putting the pressure on.
Well, I think making a player-dependent decision here. I mean, we've seen him pretty quickly fold like a king high flush draw on a paired board before.
Makes a very disciplined laydown. It gets shown that he had way the best hand.
Either jam or fold, he says.
I wanted to jam 1,000 more than 400. Oh, 400.
Will was on last week's stream, Rebel. I imagine he'll be here on a semi-regular basis, if not regular basis.
Yeah, I think we'll be able to see more of him.
PLO here has been booming.
Yeah, we've definitely had, I think this stream is quickly becoming one of the hottest seats in Houston on a weekly basis. So we will start to see more and more new players, more and more competition for the seats on the stream, which is only a good thing, right?
Pair of sevens out of position is all I felt like I was playing. And I would have missed them. Why do you say that? I knew. Remember, they got sevens.
Time has been flying. We've been having so much fun. I can't believe we only have just a little over half an hour left.
Hope everybody's had a fantastic evening joining us for this action-packed 136 PLO stream here at TCH Houston. Always grateful to have y'all join us for the stream.
said you like two. You like second. Yeah. He's waiting for
Let's keep 106.
Nothing too great in hand. Pocket jacks for Alejandro.
I'm surprised it wasn't bumped up. His other card has to be pretty bad. No. No, no, Catman's got 9 high clubs. Paul's got a mystery hand. Michael's got an 8, and clubs comes in for Catman. So unless Paul has better clubs, or Alejandro has somehow jack high clubs, no one had clubs except for Catman. Nice little small pot, probably one of the smallest pots of the evening. Don't get many limp spots these days.
No, it's rare you can see 15 or 30.
We won the whole Ember thing. 4 months ago. Not 4 months ago. 4 months ago.
Earlier this week.
Yeah, 4 months ago he was crushing. No, I don't know where. Early this week. No.
Chat talking about poker in Vegas. I don't know. When was the last time you did a real Vegas trip?
Last year when we went with my wife, a group of friends of us went. We saw Hans Zimmer perform in the Venetian. I think I played like an hour of poker waiting for one of my friends to arrive. I don't like playing poker in Vegas. I mean, now whenever I go, unless I go for poker, I'd rather do other stuff. But not exactly something I'm looking forward to do. I'm going to Vegas again, not for the series. I won't be making. I don't think I'll be making an appearance for the series. I will be going for a concert very shortly after the series, the end of July, for the Backstreet Boys in the Sphere.
Are you getting dragged to that, or are you willingly?
I willingly chose that concert.
You willingly chose it. I love it. I mean, if you grew up in the '90s,
it should be a fun trip. Everyone says everyone I know that's seen a show in the Sphere says it's fantastic. So
I have to believe it's a major trip. We got action on this flop, for sure.
Top set, queen high straight from Michael, and blocking the bigger straight. No one with nut spades, just 8 high spades. So jam bros. Just checks through. Michael has to think he has the best hand now. If action checks all the way to him. Alejandro might bet this set, and I think Michael might raise. Very small bet. Looks out cutting out calling chips though. Alejandro gonna need some help. 2 to 1 dog. That's as much help as you can get.
Yep.
I grew up in the 90s, Ronnie. I'm not ashamed of it.
I mean, they have bangers. I don't know what to say.
Let's see if Alejandro can get some value out of this. honestly the worst card in the deck. I think he's more likely to pay off a deuce than a jack.
Exactly. I like the bet sizing.
Yeah.
It's right right at the point where it's hard to fold. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like calling or folding.
Does make the good fold. Called when he was ahead, folded when he was behind. And if that's all you do in poker, you'll be a profitable poker player.
Yeah, absolutely. Made the right play. Good going.
Put your money in when you're ahead, and fold when you're behind. Okay, my phone needs to stop.
ChatGPT will not leave you alone today.
Ash, would you 136?
I don't even know how to turn
It's
it
trying
off.
to replace you already. Wants the commentator gig.
The AI on my phone is like,
The game is too much friendly.
At least we have a couple of years to do this with you guys before the AI bots replace us. It's one thing about being a dealer. I do like the job security. A lot of service and hospitality jobs could go away in the future, but you guys do not trust electronics and your poker cards and your poker hands, so
it's true.
I like my job security.
It'll be a fun trip, Ronnie. I'm excited for it. I knew you could have meant it either way. 50-50. Alejandro's digging his way out of the hole. Now only down 4.7.
Definitely would have liked any amount of call.
That would have helped him get a little further.
Yeah, if you have to use it, you can't take it out because we're live streaming, you have to step off the phone.
Hello,
New player. Welcome to the stream. Ash, glad to see you on the stream.
Welcome, welcome.
Got a little bit of time left, about 25 minutes. Game's going strong. Not new to the room, but first time on the stream. Catman gonna bump it up. Jambros is in there. I don't think the bet's 900. I think it's 100. This would be... I was getting really excited for 900, but...
Slight typo.
Alright, so this is 6 ways for 100, so there's about 650 in the pot.
Yeah, or maybe it was supposed to be 90. It was probably either supposed to be 100 or 90.
I think it was 100, yeah. There we go. Let's see who flops best. I see a 10. Top pair. Oh, it's a set for Alejandro. This is where he can get unstuck. Jambros with top pair and some good pivot cards gonna probably see a turn. Does call. Paul with some straight draws. Nope, Chander's out. 4-3 would have turned the joint. Alejandro just gonna rip it, or bet the max.
Borrowed Will's card for a minute to make that set.
I don't know, Ronnie. Some people have a real hatred for certain types of music. I mean, I can't. You like what you like, you hate what you hate. Just don't push it on me.
I'm mostly a liker. There's very few things that I can say that I hate. Other than like black olives. Black olives like the one thing in the world I can say definitively I hate.
What's that? Like,
Black-
oh, the food Black
Yeah,
Olives. I
like,
thought you meant
actually.
like a music group named Black
The
Olives.
band, the Black
I was like,
Olives.
man, I've never even heard of that. That's a special kind of hate. I like Black Olives.
Ugh. Too salty.
Very salty.
It's not even the saltiness, really. It's like that. I don't know. They taste like something that needs to go away. Something fermented and old and zombified.
Thinking I was gonna jam on it every day, and I don't know why. I just thought last thing we really had.
Rebel, you said my name. Hello.
See if we can get some good hands for y'all in the last 20 minutes of the stream.
I'm about to go smoke because I'm all smoking on break.
I'm sure if we give them a 5-minute warning.
Olives are probably one of the foods that people either love or hate. There aren't a lot of people that are like, olives. They're like, no, I don't like them, or yeah, they're great. Got a double board bomb pot with Chris coming in the box. Card's a little flip-flopped, but it's okay. Queen and the jack need to be flip-flopped. There we go. I don't see a jack anywhere for. Oh, there we go.
There's one.
Not much going on the other board.
Looks like all the olive taters are with me in the chat. We're ganged up.
More olives for me.
Yeah, you can have them.
No way.
I do think there's like a tipping point where you can have too many olives and it ruins the dish because the flavor is strong.
Oh yeah, for sure. I like green ones okay, and like the ones with like the pit that are like not so
Salty.
Yeah, they're not like soaked in evil for years. All this food talk kind of making me hungry. There's a lot of really great Mediterranean food places. Mezzagrill, one of our neighbors that we mention a lot. Some other ones right here in our little corner of Westheimer.
A ton along Westheimer, actually. I mean, olives ruin any pizza for you.
Yeah.
I mean, once again, it's a really strong flavor, and it can very easily dominate the flavors.
Even if olives have touched the pizza and you try to pick it off,
Yeah,
it's like they
flavor.
leave their
The same thing
juice.
goes true for pickles.
Yeah, they leave their juice everywhere. All the 10s and queens and 9s been kind of hot tonight.
Queens, I feel like we've seen more double queen boards than other double boards. I don't know. I might be biased.
Definitely feels memorable.
King 9-7, what we got working for us here?
Looks like gut shots.
Ash is gonna bet his 7 with his gut shot.
Catman needs an 8. Paul needs a jack. Ash needs a jack.
There's not a whole lot going on for everybody, so. Paul makes the call. Queens are best right now.
Next time he's on the stream, he's got to be better call, Paul.
Flush for Paul. He's gonna get to showdown. Nice hand, Paul. I mean, in martinis, you want the olives. I mean, some people do. Gives it that special flavor.
I prefer gin martinis over vodka, but I do feel weird drinking gin with olive juice, but it somehow it works.
I don't think I've ever had a gin martini.
Missing out.
I like gin, so I'll try that one time. I like gin, I like olives. Might as well try that sometime.
Aw, Rebel, that would be so sweet.
We appreciate that. Much love to you.
You can make a meal out of a slice of cake at that place, especially the cheesecake. Pocket kings, pocket tens, pocket eights floating around.
Oh, Chandler colored up. I don't know when that happened, but I just not noticed that.
He did a little bit.
Or he just spent all of his reds. I actually think that might have been what happened. He just kept spending all of the reds.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't want these reds. I don't want to color them up. I'm just gonna spin them.
I don't know. I like to put the big chips in there because I feel like big chips come back.
Eight's full, folded.
Oh, I thought he was in there. He let that one go.
He let that one go. I think Jambros and Catman are gonna have a little battle.
You don't see Catman folding to just one bet.
Oh, he did. Just mucks it.
No diamond. Well, he had one diamond, but
2 diamonds for Jambros. You should be very glad that 8's hit the muck because we've been in a world of hurt.
Yep. Expecting to see. I'm willing to bet that we'll see at least one of these players on the PLO tournament final table. So see what they can do in that format.
PLO tournament's very interesting to me because they play a lot closer to what I imagined PLO before I'd ever played it. Would have played like it's not the Houston PLO that y'all see on the stream.
It's very different, yeah, when you're dealing with, you know, sub 50 big blind stacks. Yeah, it's completely different. I definitely found myself the online tournament I mentioned, that was a satellite. I mean, it was a big satellite, over 1,000 people. You know, when I got to that late stage in the tournament where there's, you know, less than 100 people left and, you know, trying to grind the 50 big blind stacks, I definitely realized how out of my element I was. But it was a great learning experience, and hopefully to get to see some of these guys in action.
He'll be back soon.
We have to say bye to Will as he's departed. Hopefully we can get someone new in that seat for the last couple hands. If not, that's okay. Rebel, I'm not allowed to have large amounts of sugar at one time. That's pretty much the biggest restriction I have to follow. Nothing spicy and nothing high in sugar. Everything else is kind of fair game. I mean, I can't eat like a block of cheese either, but it's not.
When I said what I said I'm going to play for an hour.
I don't think you can really order a block of cheese.
Now I'm coming so late that I said I would.
I personally will eat and just about anything as long as it doesn't have black olives on it. So
He said, we got to see. We got money. I can see. Come on, let's go. Then once they start
Michael with 2 pair, Ash with a pair, and a weird draw. Was open-ended on the flop.
really patient. What happens if I min cash the turn?
Just makes the fold.
1100, 1000, right, kids?
too wonky.
I mean, it's good.
Looking for a spade. One of them those straightening cards.
Cut, 1000 is actually double the buying, right?
Nice little pickup by Michael.
If I min cash, if I get up higher, maybe go up to 3000 here, like, yeah, one hand. So the only
Why does people get to
the top 5 places.
put their seat down? Whenever I get in a seat, I have to pull it all the way up. And
I don't like
I'm so
feeling
short.
like I'm sitting on the floor. Yeah, I feel like I'm too low.
For me, I can't.
Like whenever I deal and I have to follow like Daryl, who's like a 1.5 taller or 2 feet taller than me, effectively.
Yeah, when you
That
follow
seat's all the
Daryl,
way
he's
down. That
it's
seat's
so
all the
far
way down.
down.
Then I go to the thing, if I make it, then I miss it.
Yeah, he does. He does do that.
Yeah, booster seat. Perfect. You got it.
Yes, nailed it.
Nailed it right on the dot. I do have an EpiPen, so
Cards is always there somewhere.
I got it ready. Just ready to go.
I mean, is this going to be an excuse for me to be able to stab you? Because I might be down.
You know, have you ever seen someone use an EpiPen?
Not in person, only on
Like movies
TV and
stuff,
YouTube videos. Yeah.
A lot of people stab themselves with a pen because they do it on the wrong side.
Oh, open it wrong.
Yeah, so a big thing is to make sure people watch the videos on how to use EpiPen. See, queens are hot.
Still hot. Yeah.
TH, that means you love the stand-up game. Based on that comment, I hate standing up when I'm playing poker. If I need to stand up, I just should go walk around. I'm not gonna stand and play poker. That's too much.
I like the concept of it, but you could never get 9 people to agree. Unless I guess there was just one specifically, like a standing table.
Whenever the stand-up game first started, people were like, "Yeah, you want to play the stand-up game?" I'm like, "No." They're like, "You don't want to play the game?" I'm like, "No, I like the idea of the game, but I'm not staying."
Right.
And then once everyone realized it, it's just easier to give everyone a little placard or something. The Nick game was born.
Made it way easier.
Much easier. Although the concept of the stand-up game is a lot better, because for people like me that don't want to stand up, it makes you more likely to go bananas, so you can sit down. I mean, that's the whole purpose of it.
Right. Well, and the visual, right?
Yeah.
Like, somebody standing up playing a hand.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll figure that if he doesn't do good, he'll be back here and there's a seat open.
Oh, these JB. Oh.
Catman with a mystery card. Michael with double suited stuff. Paul's in there.
Decent stuff.
Takes a long time to get back on the list to get into it. In this case,
2 mystery cards.
if I get busted in 20 minutes, come
Alejandro's just closing the action.
if he wanted it.
He gets to play anything. It's the rules.
Not until when you give up your seat. If they have a long list, you give up your seat, you can't get back in.
Not a bad flop from Michael. Jack high diamonds. There's 10 high diamonds out there. Unless Catman has if Catman has ace high diamonds, this Ash is going to be betting this with his straight and flush draw. That's the full amount.
pretty much the perfect flop for him. I mean, you know, you have an ace, which is always nice to have. Your 3 is kind of just dangling, but that 10-9 of diamonds probably what he was hoping to be able to play.
Nice getting that. Nice getting that through. Getting all the folds.
Can I get tip or not? Give me 2 back, please.
Back in the old days of Houston Poker, when the rooms first opened, a lot of rooms had separate chips to tip dealers with, and
It's obnoxious.
we've simplified things.
But you could also use cash back in those days too.
Right, right.
But yeah, it's been simplified now. And with that, we've received word. The last hand of the evening will be hand number 70. I'd like to thank y'all again for joining us tonight for this fantastic 136 stream here. Hope y'all have had a fantastic evening.
Man, the stream has flown by. The chips were really moving with all the action. Can't believe it's already this late.
Just what you can expect for it on another Thursday night here. Game will continue on too after the stream is over. We'll go out there, probably be a full game. There are plenty of players actually who don't like having their face on the stream that want to play the 136-15 game. Ash bumping it up with kings. Catman with queens, probably gonna see a flop. Pretty good queens.
Yeah, 10-9.
Jambros getting a good price now. Gonna call Michael gambling time on the button with some stuff. Paul flicks it in the call, closing the action.
It's a rule. Closing the action. Any 4.
Flicking the stuff. You got a big pot brewing for this 1300 in the middle. Pretty dry. Kings is just gonna put it in. The bet sizing may get looked up by someone. There's just so much in the middle. So I imagine Catman or Jambros may be looking this up. Nope, Catman folds. Jambros, maybe with everyone behind him, just doesn't want.
I think he's going to have the benefit, like if Catman or Jambros had their hands in late position, that they would be more likely to call. Looks like Jambros isn't going to give up, though.
Jambros is going to rip it. They're going to go twice. Jambros in some bad shape here. Looking for a 6, an 8, or a 10. That's a 6. That's top board. And he has hearts. Top board is all Jambros.
King's hoping to hold on the second board. Or in the chop.
This one's good.
The 3 of hearts doesn't go up. That'd be a weird way to run this. That's Jambros as well in a big way. And he's gonna scoop Ash in this. What a unfortunate run out for Ash's hand.
Yeah, had over 70% equity and gets none of this pot back.
It feels really bad.
Nasty turns on both boards for Ash.
Straight to the set.
Ash takes it well, says nice hand, moves on.
You do it straight. I read one, so you don't have to worry about the full house.
And with that, we'll get our last hand of the evening for y'all. 70 action-packed PLO hands. Done. Or almost done.
We really appreciate all these players for giving us their time and energy tonight. They put on a great show. We've got quite a few winners. So a few people coming home happy. The rest, like we said, I believe they're still gonna play after the stream. So the night is not over.
Yeah, the game is not breaking, just the last end.
See if we can get a good one for y'all.
$1,000 sweat.
Be an interesting way to go out. I think it would. So I think a sweat would be great for them, but because of the card readers, it would be terrible for us.
Oh yeah, because we would already
we would already know.
Yeah, that would be fine.
Snake with some beautiful tens.
Looks like he might be the straddler if he put the 30 out there. So we'll come back around to him. Okay, he called the 30. Yeah, those are some hands that could get involved with each other here.
No raise, only 240 in the middle. Another dry flop from Chris.
Oh, Sunny's out already. Come.
Chandra has Jack High club.
No, he's too good. He's too good.
Ambrose has one club for sure.
Come. See, open.
Yeah, okay. I have to play a different game. What's that?
See who they're trying to coax over here.
This is the last hand of the stream.
Okay.
Someone who doesn't want to play on stream.
Oh.
It's Sunny.
Sunny. Someone who plays on mini streams doesn't want to play on the stream. That's weird.
Tournament, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you have to in a tournament, it's one thing.
Checks through. Chandler picking up a gut shot now with his clubs. Snake does not want to make a set, but does have the best hand with top two. Chandler gonna bet that 200. It looks like.
Tens are dead, so not gonna make the straight.
But can hit a 3 or a 2. It looks like Bros is coming along. So he might have clubs as well. That would make a lot of sense. Or if he had Jack 10, 8. Snake gonna bump it up. The check raise. We might have a big hand.
Yeah, well, and get what we asked for. Go out with a bang. Michael with the Jack and Jack only lets it go. Chandra sighs and folds his flush draw.
Jander and Jambros folds, and just like that, Snake picks up that last pot of the evening. Thanks again, everybody, for joining us tonight. We will see y'all hopefully tomorrow, or the next stream will be our